Hi, YouTube. Kareem Zamir, Seekers of Galanti, Second Wake, Episode 7, Year 2, I think. Should be right. This week we're down the two short, what do we say? Short King Squad. I like that. SKS, Short King Squad. Both for medical related reasons that are not life threatening, so that's always good. Just weather ailments and boy doesn't like to cook his food, I guess. I don't know what he's got tummy troubles. I don't know how else it is. But yeah, so welcome to Second Wake. We'll be doing Girls Night. Girls Night. I know what Girls Night. That's it. That's the whole song. Because if I sing anything in harmony close to the actual song, I will get DMCA'd on YouTube for sure. I think our last video had 11 copyright strikes on it, but we're still not monetized, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, so I found out, and I probably won't be doing it anymore. So I'm kind of just filling dead air. So if you hear me chime in when we have long pauses, that's just me trying to like do something there. Because I was having the music in the background, like kind of how they do it on that very popular big Critical Role show with Matthew Mercer and all the beautiful people, which that comes out this week. That's be really cool. But yeah, no, Daddy YouTube ain't about that. So Daddy YouTube's like, I heard a snippet of a song that might be licensed. So I'm just going to kill this whole 40 seconds of talking with a mute button, and you can just eat it. So yeah, not good. Not that we monetize anyway, so I really shouldn't care. It was just crazy seeing 11 of them. I'm like, oh god. So yeah, tonight's episode, no background music. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, get in the Discord. The link is found down below in the doobly-doo. I love that it's called the same thing for Twitch or YouTube. And tell me, hey, dude, give me the background music. Just whatever. You're not monetized anyway. Go for it. Tell me how to live my life, chat. Viewers, get in the comments. So yeah, when we last left the Seekers of Galanti, which is how you know D&D has started, it was a sleepover palooza. I think that's the easiest way to say it. Kobold Jones was having, honestly, his player is just living the character. Like, that's why we have to say it. The man is an actor and a professional among all else. Truly a source of pure inspiration. Was having some consequences of their corned dog that they had consumed. The group discussed a number of things, including returning the items from their dear friend, I guess associate, rescued person, Klaus, from the north. Ended up coming to terms with the fact that Kobold Jones just was like, bro, here's some shmoney. Get home safe. Write me when you get there. Paid for the trip back. Sent him on his way. Everyone got a bunch of things together. Celeste collected blankets and pillows to make pillow forts and decorate the room that the group was going to cohabitate for the evening and make a sleepover, as Velithil had shown interest in using Reality's Grasp, a leather gauntlet gained from the strange archer they had met in the northern roads through Hunter's Reach, that apparently had the ability to allow one to delve deep within their sleeping, slumbering mind. So for the first time in probably many, many years, our elven necromancer dove within the realm of her own dreamscape, accompanied haphazardly by her dear friend JJ, who tagged along, and there's a whole adventure there, but we probably don't get. I guess we'll get into it. Okay, we'll get into it. As things progress throughout the evening, JJ attempted to discover more about her own kind of blessing, gift, curse, ability, power, weakness. When it comes to eggs and the bestial variety of herself. That's not the right way to use variety at all, but you know what? Sue me. Visage? Bestial visage. Sure, yeah, turns into... Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get on Webster about it. But after coming to terms with the fact that it is a state of a little bit of consumed rage and battle, seemingly, with high adrenaline and high ferocity, there was... much effort given so that the group could calm her down and restore balance to their bard. As well, a few bold, scientific, highly professional steps were taken by Celeste to test the boundaries and personal space rules for Morgan, seeing that her new tenant within her own self would be cool or not cool, with maybe some direct jabbing pokes as quickly and as firmly as possible. Turns out, no, super annoying, not a fan. And also apparently hates marshmallows. We learned that last episode. And then, of course, we got to the big chunk of the end of the episode. Last time, nothing of great significance or consequence happened, but we'll just go into it anyway. Velethil explored the realm within her dream, a strange, confusing mire of both intellect and study, as well as kind of this forlorn feeling of dread and dark necromantic kind of theming on board. Viewing a large, almost fey-like tree within the center of her mind, the pair journeyed and ventured forward within to find a version, a variant, a unknowable strain of consciousness deep within the unwaking mind of the elf, who, of course, would never drift off to sleep, so that was out, and had purchased a necklace to prevent any possession, so that was out. So this creature had just been biding its time, waiting for a time of which it might make contact with its unknowing, unwitting self. After some intense discussions, Velethil thought, nah, though, we good. Forcibly removed the creature, which had proven to be quite honest in the aspect of removal. Well, you gotta force and purge enough of what it's infected to pretty much die. So through sheer force of will, Velethil, using a point of true inspiration, purged herself of the remnants of the Shadow Stone deep within her that had taken a deep-seated root within her subconscious, as well as within vital parts of her own body, unbeknownst to her. Thinking quickly, her friend JJ, as her friends desperately attempted any type of healing magics or restorations, JJ collected one of her diamonds she had pre-purchased earlier in the week, rushed to the side of Velethil, and as the last breath of life escaped out from the lips of our dearly departed necromancer, a diamond shattered a spell muttered in confidence and panic, and of course, revivification performed across the body of our dearly departed elven friend, as tendrils and sickening ichors of black muck poured from her orifices. Can I say that? Is that like a weird thing to say? It's the truth, but anyway. The staining and creating a bit of a muck onto the carpeted floors of the small kind of room in which the group is currently residing in their slumber party evening. And that is exactly where we'll be picking up. The diamond crumbling into dust, bits and pieces of the dust itself, walking and enrapturing into the body of Velethil, restoring her to the living material place that she is now. In doing so, Velethil, you very much feel yourself pulled in several directions upon your passing. Your spirit seems to be called and various forms of unknowable things seem to, for a moment, and there's no white light, there's no pearly gates, there are no brilliant discoveries or inventions, but you do have the sensation of your very core nature, your spirit, your arcane self, your almost ethereal nature being pulled at from various different directions, all attempting to lay claim to your immortal soul. It is in these few precious moments, your vision, your mind's eye, as you feel life from behind you, a door swinging open, not yet fully closed, and reaching forward to pull you back, a single image of a rather precocious-looking bear-like face smiles upon you this day, and reaches far, far, far within the depths of the great beyond, and plucks you to return you back among your friends, the gasping, crying face, and a delightful little dragon onesie of your bard hovers over you as the last few seconds of her spell take root, bring you back to life. Oh, we have horns! We got horns! And of course, with a gasp, you return to the realm of the living among your friends. As your vision blurs and distorts, you turn and look and slowly gain your bearings, noticing that unfortunately, Orville, far too squeamish for this, had to leave. And Colwell Jones clearly still had just a touch of corn left in his system, had to leave as well. But around you, your most trusted and loyal companions sit around you. Also, Buddy is there, totally wigged out and not quite sure what's going on. And at that point, as where we will begin, Seekers of Galanti, your friend is returned to you. What happens next?
JJ's just gonna like hold her like super tight, like almost about to kill her again tight.
Oh god, my everything.
What just happened?
I had something that I didn't realize was inside of me. There was a presence created. JJ, can you squeeze a little less tight?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. JJ will like back off and let go.
No, it's the hug's good. That's it's really
Okay.
nice. I appreciate it, but wow, I can only liken this pain to the time that I had a founding stone, which also had my entire body erupted. I stopped doing horrible things to myself. I'm sorry. Right. There was a small clown living inside of me. And I killed it.
Not the same clown that was living in your hand.
It's like a baby clown.
No, it was kind of made from that clown, but also made from me. And it was like a really twisted, horrible version of me that I hated everything that it said. So I killed it, which also killed me.
JJ's gonna look down at like Vel's arm.
Mhm.
Or armless arm.
Yep. You look in these previously like heavy looking grievous stitches that once held assumedly the ends and makings of the reforged Shadow Stone core that had been plucked from the villain of Grim Village when you first had arrived. Now seems loose. Many of the stitchings themselves, a lot of the muscle mass and skin that had slowly been growing over and working its way to heal now almost has that thing where, like, if you've ever had a friend that loses like a lot of weight, they just have that kind of like extra skin that doesn't really seem to do anything. It looks as if the muscle tissue and definition deep in there and kind of the pulled tightness of it has kind of corroded and mortified itself deep within her. There are a number of pockets that run the length of her body where you can see dark, heavy-set veins that likely have caused a fair amount of internal bleeding. Heavy blotches at this point that in time will most likely heal. But yeah, very much to her word, you do see your elven friend in a state somewhat similar to when her body was fueled by some unseen force of magic, now suffering the ill effects of such things.
Celeste, I need your honest opinion on something.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I fun?
Ooh, fun. Fun is such a complicated word, right? Because like there's so many different types of fun.
Yeah.
There's those you invite to a sleepover like this, and then there's those you invite to a pool party.
So I'm sleepover fun, but not pool party fun?
Yeah, pool party is a whole different level because it's like alcohol in the sun. And those people are very rare and select. So do you see what I'm saying?
At this point,
Not really, no.
Bartholomew kind of sits up in their chair and closes their journal and goes, "Oh right, so I'm pool party fun, but she's like just sleepover fun, right?"
I would invite Vel to a pool party if there was a cabana or something.
Yes. Now, yes. Okay, cabanas are different though.
There's so many qualifiers and rules to these things.
Like magic.
I thought that just, like going to like a noble ball was complicated, but then the cabana involved here, I don't.
Is a ball fun?
Well, it's a ball.
Well, kind of.
A ball
Thank
of
you,
fun.
Ben.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Buddy's definitely pool party fun.
See? Did
Maybe-
you see that?
Maybe one
Oh, he did
day
that?
you
I
too
did.
can be pool party fun. Relative.
That would be great. My inner me said that they said
Maybe
I
he was
wasn't
holding-
fun, but
Huh.
I think I'm kind of fun, but I don't think I'm a good judge of if I'm
You
fun.
know what?
But
Well,
you
maybe
seem
Maybe they
kind
were
of
holding
fun.
you back, though. Maybe they were holding you back. Because, like,
Yeah.
I only know you with whatever that thing was that apparently lived inside of you. I only know you with that version. And now, without that thing inside of you, maybe you're pool party fun, and we just don't know yet.
Well, it never got to control me except that one time, and then I immediately stopped it. So you've known me.
Oh.
Not to mention, I think it was trying to manipulate you, so I think it's good that you dumped him anyway. So.
I don't want to put a saddle on you, JJ. I'm so sorry that some
What?
weird clown part of me said that to you.
The clown part, or you know what? I don't know if it was really ever like truly a part of you because it was only there because of the Shadowstone thing. So you know, I don't think that was really part of you. Anyways, it said that it wanted me to eat an egg and then put a saddle on me and then ride me like a steed, which is kind of embarrassing.
Does it? Wait.
Kind of sounds interesting, though, because, like, you're crazy when you eat
Oh,
an
damn
egg.
it. See, she likes it. It's fun. It is a fun idea. He was.
I mean, I would never want to make a mount out of a friend or
No.
especially an employer. But you do have striking resemblances to like a reindeer, and I once
Oh.
heard of a fey creature that had a team of reindeer, and they use them to carry their trinkets around.
I think I've heard of this. What's its name? Starts,
I think it's
Yeah.
it's a Krampus or something.
Yes! That was it.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's him.
Yeah. And then it eats the reindeer when they get slow or something. I don't truly remember. It's the northern thing. I'm not quite.
Doesn't it beat children too?
I
Only
just
the
assume
bad
everyone
Bad
beats
children? Bad children get their excuse my elvish. I guess that doesn't work. Asses beat
Mhm. Yes. No.
with like a bundle of sticks.
I mean, I feel like there doesn't need to be a qualifier on that. I will tell you, I did nothing wrong as a child, mostly, and I still got beat like all the rest of the children. And it's just a way to raise children.
Uh,
I mean, I feel like
Okay.
I'm a little shocked that Calliope, when we met her, wasn't beaten more. Because she was very free-spirited, which is not
That's normal.
dangerous.
But buddy, okay, so
Wait,
This-
do you mean
this
Calliope
is
been
now the
going at you?
trauma. This is the
Yeah.
trauma dumping section of the sleepover,
Guys,
buddy. How did that make you
Yes.
feel?
What? Oh,
you know,
well, I mean, I
don't
only
mean-
really know it from like secondhand stories and such. you
hang on,
know?
buddy.
What?
I don't mean to make anybody panic, but that thing is moving, and I'm gonna point from where I'm sitting to the black stuff on the floor where it has now moved.
As Morgan points it out, you look and the black ichor that clearly bled out of Velithil is no longer even touching Velithil on the carpet. It's at the very edge of it, but as everyone stares and looks at it, there's no movement. It looks like a blackened stain on the carpet.
oh, no. That's just somebody. Jones
It's
probably
not-
spilled something, and I'll grab a blanket
It's-
and put it on top and start like.
Celeste, please,
Celeste, it's not even touching Vel. It's gotta go.
can you just grab any weapon and do that like holy thing that you do?
You tap the blanket on it, and you feel like a squelching and a wetness underneath. Then it lays flat, as a stain ought to.
See? See that?
Celeste.
Yeah?
Did you take like any weapon and just do that smite thing you do to that?
I didn't bring my. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Cobalt Jones probably dropped a few on his way out.
He's meticulous. He would never.
Actually, you know what? Even better, Buddy, stab that
What?
Buddy's here, yeah. You
with
do
your
it.
with your fancy
Yeah.
sword. Just that stain that came out of me. Just stab it, would you?
Oh, sure. Why not? Yeah. Then gets up and like slowly stands there and goes and stops like 2 feet away from the chair and goes, "Is this dangerous?" Feel like this might-
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Pool
okay,
party.
okay.
Dangerous, though.
Wish I hadn't asked that. You see like his legs start shaking a little bit, and slowly like he like centers his breathing. You can tell there's like this like moment of finding his center, his happy place. And he goes, "Yeah, fuck you, Vasla. Yeah." And then slowly takes a few like confident strides forward, and goes and like holds this big sword up underneath the blanket and pulls the blanket back, and there's a clean floor. And he goes,
Oh
know,
no.
I don't see
No.
anything. And before he can finish this, you see this big wave of black ichor wash over Bartholomew and enrapture him. I need everyone to roll initiative. I will say, I was not able to get... I'm going to do this in the background. I feel like, why not? Screw it. I've reneged my decision. I'm going to put something in the background. Just something light. Hopefully it won't be too loud. If it gets too loud, let me know. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this. We're going to wash this down even further. There we go. Just so we have some combat music in the background. We're going to loop it. Boop. And we're going to turn it down just a smidgen. There we go. All right. So, initiative. Who got a 20 or higher?
21.
21. Oh, I don't need to know what a production manager does anymore. I have worked all day. JJ at 21. Anyone with a 15 or higher?
Aja got a 15.
Aja got a 15. 10 or higher?
Belle got a 13.
Belle got a 13. 5 or higher?
I have a 6.
Ooh, you rolled a 1. Oh.
A 2.
A 2? Oh, okay. And Celeste, what do we get?
Got a 1.
Got a 1? Good.
Chunk has a 3, if that helps.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. No, that's perfect. Thank you. Where he belongs.
I don't have Chunk's thing on here. Hold on one second. Let me go get Chunkini real quick. Hold on. Hold the phone. Give the phone.
Considering
to me.
he's on top of me, he'd
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to move.
Yeah, I mean you're pretty much pinned. I think we determined.
Mhm.
Oh, Fantasy Grounds. Don't be this guy. I might just have to do a cat because I don't think I have his. There we go. Boop. And we'll click him and scale him down. Not too much. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead here. We're going to bring this up and over. Now, the map I wanted to use was not done yet, but I'm slowly collecting maps as a thing. So let's see here what we can do. I think we turn the game capture on, we click here, and we press link game. Should be. Fingers crossed. Yeah, look at that. All right, so with that, you all note a large mound of bubbling black ichor. It is now grappled and clung to the side, like the worst of the original Spider-Man movies. And it is slowly growing across Bartholomew. You look at it in this bubbling muck, this black ichor that has been bled out from Velithil, tries to take this kind of amorphous shape and morph into something more kind of usable, but it seems to be lacking a lot of muscularity and ability to do so. Every so often you see rows of screaming faces that match a bit of Velithil's face mixed in with some other types of strange and macabre looking creatures. At the top of the initiative, JJ, you see this. What do?
JJ is going to. Can she attempt to charm monster on the black gooey?
You can certainly try.
Yeah. Let's try it, I guess.
Okay. What do I need to do?
I need a wisdom save, please.
Is it
And it has advantage if me or companions are fighting it.
okay?
And then if it fails, it's charmed until the spell ends or until one of us does something harmful. Charmed creature is friendly to me, and then the spell ends. The creature knows it was.
It's a wisdom save.
Yes, please.
I have a 16 on die as my save.
You have just passed the save.
All right. You cast out, attempt to charm this creature. It just and seems to bubble and muck.
Okie dokie. I will back 2 spaces up towards the top of the thing, I guess.
Move past the chair.
Top of the room.
Boom. Over here.
Yeah, closer to the fireplace.
Oh, close to the fireplace. Okay.
I just want...
Boop. Like there.
Yeah, that's.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
That'll be your turn.
Yep, that'll be it.
All right. Next up, its turn. You hear Bartholomew scream out in pain. Boop-a-doop. And will have bad things happen to them. Fortunately, they are immune to disease, so that's a good start. You see this bubbling kind of move through and adhere itself to the edges of the elf's neck and upper parts of their chin. As he kind of howls out, you hear this kind of like emanating ethereal voice start to crackle and apparate from the muck. And slowly it seems to kind of like twist in shape and seem to try to cling and consume Bartholomew's body. With that, Aja's turn.
Aja will fly over and help the next attack against it.
What is Aja's insight passively?
Um, 11?
Okay, it is above. Aja's animal instincts know that this thing, as weird as it is tensed up. Almost like visions of itself as a snake, like coiled.
Okay. So does the flyby ability not work?
Flyby is for free strikes. Specifically.
Oh, okay, it's holding an action.
Hey, I didn't say it. That's called insight.
Uh,
So you give the command, but there is slight pause and affirmation sought from you.
okay. She'll chill then for now. She'll take the dodge action.
Okay. It is then your turn, Vel.
So I have 1 hit point, right?
Yes, per Revivify, you are at 1 HP.
Okay. I don't have a way to get him out of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna upcast a magic missile at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
So that will be 3, 6. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16. 19 points
19?
of force damage.
Okay, it will make its roll. Okay. Magic Missile is a level 1 spell. You're casting at level 1, or what upcast are you going to?
4th. Upcast it to 4th.
So it fails the save. Okay. So yeah, 19 points, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, takes it. You watch all the shots go into it. It seems to pop and break bits and pieces of it apart, but the large surrounding mound of what appears to be mostly plasma and ichor seem to very much seem sturdy and still together. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna back up 2 spaces. I'll be next to JJ diagonally. Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Morgan.
Can I cast Shadow Blade
Yes, you can.
and then throw it?
You can.
Cool. I'm
Roll
gonna do
to
that.
it.
So just a straight D20. Sorry.
It's a d20 plus your attack stat. You're summoning a weapon and using it. So you treat it as if it is a weapon summoned that way.
Okay, so it is 15.
15 will hit. And what kind of damage is it?
It's 2d8 psychic damage.
Psychic? All right, go right ahead. And then you do have an ally within 5 feet, so you do get sneak attack on it as well.
Okay.
Buddy, while partly incapacitated, is still an ally so far.
That's going to be 22.
22 points?
Mhm.
Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Mhm. Takes it. You see again.
And I'm gonna-
Movement.
I'm going to bring the sword back into my hand.
All right, bonus action.
Mhm.
Calling it back. Easy to do. Chunkini's turn. They sit on your lap. You've thrown this blade from the ground, a seated position. Chunkini rolls over. You hear popping in your leg, probably your knee. Anything you'd like the Chunk Master to do?
So with help, I don't use it that often. Can I help Celeste?
You can. You do have to be within 5 feet of Celeste and 5 feet of the
Mhm.
target for it to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you give the help action to the person or to the next thing to do that. You harrow or anything of that sort. But you do
All
know
right.
that Velithil did not have her companion do that, for what it's worth.
Gotcha. Then he'll just kind of get off me and chill.
Okay, gotcha there. Chunk will move here and take up this space. This is now Chunk's area. No one's allowed to sit in it but Chunk. Okay? They do that thing where they like walk over and they're like real tall, like a Halloween cat, and they flat. They just take up 5 feet. We're not sure how. They're just, fake creatures and all that. That is going to be Chunk's turn. Bartholomew's turn. Start of the turn. We're going to make a save. For what? I don't know. Ooh. You make that? You do make that. Curious. Because Celeste is within that? Yeah, okay. I'm assuming you're treating Bartholomew as a friend, right, Celeste? I want to be clear.
Yes.
Okay, because I can
Yes.
choose to fail this otherwise. If you want me to.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We have pool parties together.
So makes the save. Boop. Only takes that much. Boop, boop, boop. You hear a scream of it emanating out from Bartholomew's mouth. They seem to be grappled and restrained at this point, as much of their torso is now covered in this black goo. They kind of wiggle and move, but do not seem to be able to escape. Let's see. They can try acrobatics. What do we got? Yeah. No. So with that, they sit there and they slowly, you watch as more of the ichor envelops and seems to pulsate across them. You hear this kind of like grumbling growl sound as their jaw doesn't quite open enough for it. And you, little help, please. And you can see this like pulsating, draining going on, and tears of crimson coming across the black ichorous hide of this creature. Celeste.
So there are no weapons in this room, right?
There's a piano. There's deer heads on the wall. There's a couch. Bartholomew has a weapon in their hand, currently bound to them by a black ichor.
That's
Tear
awesome.
him out of it.
Yes, touch him.
Can't do that. Oh my god. How far am I from my room?
You're down the hall, so after leaving through this door over here, this would be JJ's room. You'd walk over, you'd probably have like Vel's room, and then further down the hall, about 20 or so feet, would be your room. Then you'd open your door, then you'd look inside.
Okay. I'm going to oh, I'm pointing at the other screen. I'm going to walk over to Bartholomew and grab a blanket on my way and just kind of like, sorry, buddy. I'm just going to try and like pull it off with the blanket.
Okay. You get within 5 feet, you hold the blanket up, get ready to go, and you see this thing tense and then release its held action. I need you... Oh, I have to roll to hit first. Sorry, let's see how this works.
I would like to cutting words that as well.
Well, rude. Go ahead and roll cutting words. For once, I don't have a paladin and plate mail. You'll rue the day.
That's an 8.
An 8. I rolled a 7, so I have a -1. Plus might have hit. Does a 6 hit? I only
really
ask because there's no armor.
You were really close, but no.
Well, darn. So yeah, you see it lash out, this like almost like pseudopod of it, this like almost mass of itself hurled forward at you and then brought back into the mass of it. JJ calling out a shriek and seeming to disrupt it. The psychic damage earlier resonating in a way of which sonic type energy seeming to hurt its corporeal form. You want to reach for Bartholomew with a blanket and try to rend them free?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check. You can try to steal the grapple away from this creature. I don't think I have any... No. The
You said
creature rolls a 22. 18 on die, baby.
Yeah, they got it, so.
You go to pull Bartholomew, and you don't feel any give. And when you go to pull the blanket back, the blanket tears off in your hands, and you look, and like the worst kind of collection of honey spilled on somebody, everything just is sticking to Bartholomew at this point. These black lines and tendrils that are slowly enrapturing and engulfing your elven friend, now pulling him closer into the center mass and adhering itself to him.
Okay, BRB, buddy. Be right back. And can I just try and make my way around him towards my room?
Sure. So that you moved 5. That'll be 10. We'll say difficult terrain. Well, you can go the other way if you want. We'll do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. And then you'll start making your way next turn. Use your action, use 5 for your movement. No bonus action,
That's
right?
fine.
Okay.
Right.
Okie dokie. That is the end of round 1. JJ, round 2.
So, quick question. If a spell is a bonus action, can I still cast a cantrip as an action?
Correct.
Okay, great. I'd like to heal Vel with a 2nd level healing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Seven. Sorry, math is hard.
Math do be hard.
And then I would like to pew pew the black ichor with Eldritch Blast.
All right. Go right ahead. Bang, bang. Full McFully guns. Pow-pow.
That first one is absolutely not.
Okay.
The 3+. So. Seven. 15?
15. Okay. Takes it. 15 will hit. Sorry.
Okay, great. That would be 4.
4 points. You see
Yes,
it
please.
slam into this Icarus mass. It is a small hit, but you do see small pieces of its mass tear off and evaporate from the room.
Thank you.
All right. Its go. Start of its go. Buddy sinks a little bit deeper into its center mass. You see it shift a bit. As Celeste is leaving, it will move over, and you no longer see Bartholomew's body or face. Only kind of like if you've ever had a silly putty and you've like stretched it out really far. You know that thing that every kid does where you like push your face to it and you can only see like the outline of their face peeking through this thin membrane. That's all you see of Bartholomew. You look and you can see a rise and fall of them breathing, and it doesn't seem to be quite good. They are now seemingly being suffocated. And then you see its body tense back up after that. Actually, it probably wouldn't need to do that. Doesn't have anyone in range. Yeah, it will not do that. That's fine. Aja's turn. There's other things it can do.
Well, if it didn't tense up, then Aja will go and do the health action for Morgan, and then
Okay.
come back to me.
All right. Morgan has advantage on her next attack. On to your turn.
I don't have material components right now. My spell focus is trying to kill my friend.
Yo, what's good? It's me, the spell focus. Breaking up is hard to do.
Yeah, I think we just do another upcast magic missile.
All right. It will make its roll.
It's 3rd level.
That's fine. So 3rd level, let me see this real quick. Okay. Okay, so here's what you see, because it can actually do this. You have a moment where you visualize your spell, you begin your casting, you fire off magic missiles, and you innately memorize and view the spell within your mind. And you feel something still twitch and whisper almost across the room at you. For a moment, you see this thing grow tight on Bartholomew as if anticipating something. And you should make me a charisma saving throw. It attempted last time, but I didn't realize what level you were casting at.
Yeah. Okay. Would Elven advantage versus charm matter?
It is not charm specifically.
Okay. Then I will not ask any others because my necklace isn't even attuned right now because I died.
Oof. Not good. Not good.
Well, that's a 19 on die, so I'll take that 20.
20? Okay. You feel a twitch, and for a moment, you have this visual representation in front of you as your spell unleashes of yourself. And you have this mental flash of you being attacked by magic missile and what you would need to counter it. But before you give the answer to it, you shake back and you unleash your spell fully. Go ahead and roll damage.
Well, I already did. And I'm glad that this didn't get undone because I rolled near maximum.
Ooh.
$24.
24 points of force damage. You see each missile boom, 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 strike and break pieces of this creature free and far away from it. It begins to fall apart, and you see small pieces of itself kind of fall off and evaporate from the arcane energy poured within it. Is that going to be your turn?
Probably. Did it feel like it's just connected to me, or is there still remnants of it in me?
You
Can I not tell that in the moment?
you felt in the moment less of a invasion of your person and more a still almost unviewable connection to this thing. If Orville was here, he might have a number of opinions about what's going on because he's got crazy wizard eyes.
Yeah.
And when you have old wizard eyes, sometimes what you see is true, and other times it's crazy, crazy, crazy.
All right. Yeah, that's the end of my turn then.
All right, Morrigan, you stand, shadow blade in hand. The visage of Buddy no longer in view. What do you want to do? You do have advantage though from a hissing snake near you. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All things considered, pretty cool.
Do I see any part, like you're saying I can't see Buddy, but does it look like there isn't a part of the goo that's not touching Buddy, or not like?
Oh, it takes up a large area. Like it's that whole place. So you're kind of looking at it, and it's currently it's like a fourth of it is covered in a blanket, a fourth of it is covered in another ripped blanket, a fourth of it is covered in Bartholomew, which is now like stretching out where you can clearly see his torso, but he can't breathe anymore. And then there's just like a part of it that's now anchored itself to the floor, and it's slowly trying to congeal around Bartholomew as it pokes and prods and finds out what's alive and potentially something that it could utilize.
Okie dokes. Can I think of having a sword in my right hand?
A sword in your right hand?
Yeah.
You picture it, you hold your shadow blade, or you're like shadow blade in one hand, sword in the other is what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a charisma check, just straight up charisma. Someone's a little sensitive.
It's a 9.
A 9. You feel for a moment, and you feel like your muscle groups tense and move. A sword does not come into your hand, or the kind of visual stimulation of it doesn't seem to, but you do hear a voice in your head and go, I thought they were safe. We were safe. What's happening?
We are safe.
You feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and goosebumps run the length of your skin. What do you want to do? We'll consider that to be your bonus action.
Okay, I'll throw the shadow blade again.
Go right ahead. Roll to it at advantage.
It's a nat 20.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. Neat. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it. Yeah, that's...
Aja, you're getting your pina colada today.
One of these days, I'll get you, Seekers, and your damn crits, too.
A lot of D6.
It is a lot of D6.
But still seekers.
And it's 40-10.
A lot of dice coming my way. I'm not looking forward to it. Let's see how bad it is. Can you tilt the machine or not? Let's find out. Playing pinball.
Sorry, I thought it was 2d8s. You said 4d10s. What is that?
Shadowblade. Shadowblade's a 2d10, isn't it? Or is it 2d8?
2d8.
Oh, sorry. That was me forgetting the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is 56 damage.
Cool. Yeah. That's not a lot of damage. I'm fine with that. 56 damage. You hurl the shadow blade straight and true. It begins to spin in the air, and you see it almost become like a blade mill. It carves narrow and clean through this creature, separating pieces and segments of it from itself. You see pieces begin to evaporate, pieces of it bubbling and hissing as you can see the psychic energy and tendrils of Arcana that you've mustered up from your stolen roguish techniques, now rending pieces of it. You hear the thunk of your shadowy blade impact into the side of the wall, and you see this creature, or what remains of it, only clinging to Bartholomew at this point. It takes 56. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right.
You have a lot more hit points than me, you jerk.
You hear this like... Chunkini's turn. What would the chunkster like to do? Currently on back, belly up, rolling around on the nice warm floor in front of the fireplace.
He's distracted by the fire. He's not going to do anything.
He rolls back over, faces the fireplace, blissfully unaware that murder is happening in the room. That is Chunk's turn. Buddy's turn. Save the start of turn. Makes it because of Celeste. Actually, makes it... Oh, yeah, because of the plus. Okay, yep. Almost makes it by himself. You see twitching and movement from within Bartholomew, or the mound that is Bartholomew. 7 points is not enough. Pretty good. You see a twitching and pained rot form as this is now completely kind of like plaster blasted on top of the elven individual, and he twitches, and you can see this kind of like feverish movement as his body continues to, from this kind of outstretched screaming position now, come almost like a mummified lord, now enraptured, and seems to be slowly being almost crunched, consumed, and packaged into a buddy snack. Celeste, your turn.
Should I still go get my sword? 'Cause I feel like Morgan's got it.
That was all I have.
I mean, you...
And you still have that again.
I cast it twice. Second
It's not
level.
casting. You cast it once and you hold it in your hand on concentration.
Forever. Yeah, I think it's for like a minute or something. It lasts a long
Yeah.
time. Like you it is a
You
summoned
used
weapon.
one spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know what
It's-
I'm doing.
It's good. It's a reason why it's good.
It's so good.
It's so
Best slumber party ever.
Agreed.
Yeah, they get like caps out like
I
10
mean, you
minutes
could
or something.
try and pull him out again. It's probably weaker now,
Yeah.
but you
Right,
could
right.
also run.
I just feel like going to my room and coming back, I might miss something that Morgan's gonna do, and like I'm gonna be honest,
All right,
I don't
do
want to
something.
do that.
Celeste. If you
Yeah.
want to run into my room, my plain old rapier is right by the dresser.
It's not gonna do anything to me, right?
No, it's a plain old rapier.
It's a
Okay,
valid question
all
in this
right.
party.
My dagger is also just sitting on my dresser.
Yeah, I'll go to JJ's room. I
You,
don't trust Elle's room.
what is your passive, Celeste? 8? Never mind, you're good. You're running to Celeste, or whose room?
JJ's room.
JJ's room? Alright. You hop 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll say you would get to the 30. You knock open the door. You see just around, tucked under the bend, the old rapier of JJ propped up against the dresser.
Found it. All right. Be
Picking it
back
up.
in a minute.
Whirl around with it in hand. You have an item interaction to open the door, item interaction to pick it up, and a movement. So we'll say that just unless you have a bonus action you'd like to do.
Done.
Beep boop.
No, I'm okay.
All right.
Thank you.
End of the round. JJ, your turn.
I guess she will just pew pew it once again with Eldritch Blast.
All right, go right ahead. Roll to hit.
Only one of those hits again.
Okay.
It's 16 plus 7.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Okay.
Damage, please. Them D10s.
5 damage this time, please.
5 damage. You hear a big thunk, poof, hitting sound deep within the creature. You see it wither and twist awkwardly, and you hear a crunching sound of bone breaking as the front part of Bartholomew's clavicle is busted in from the force damage, as they're currently sharing a space and technically a body in a way. Anything else for your turn, JJ?
JJ will. Hold on. Wait. What are you doing?
I'm attacking an elf.
Oh, sorry. For
Oh.
some reason, my button got held.
Ooh.
Apparently. Buddy, you can get out of there, and JJ is going to cast a bardic inspiration for Buddy or
Alright.
whatever saves.
Do they have to be able to see or hear you? Because he can do neither.
Oh, he can't hear me. Okay, I was assuming he could hear me, so never mind.
There's a thick inch-level wall of flesh between you and him. Ye old bubbling muck.
I will give that to Vel instead, then.
Okay.
I will give her,
Inspiration.
inspo to Vel,
All right.
because I'm still concerned.
All right. So with that,
Appreciate the concern.
you watch. There's a twitch, a twang, a movement at the end of your turn, beginning of its turn, and you see as this body seems to go slack after this bolt of energy to it. The creature starts its turn grappled, restraining a creature with 0 or fewer hit points. You see it adapt almost like a second skin on the front of Bartholomew. It slowly turns, and you see this large, blackened, now kind of stained-looking weapon with webbing rubbing across the edge of it, kind of turn and look towards Celeste. And you can see this almost... Imagine Bartholomew if Bartholomew was really into, like, the BDSM community, and it was like a really tight latex suit. And you hear the snapping sound as if being operated a little bit. It takes a big step forward towards Celeste. Oh, sorry, buddy. Buddy, you just have to... Just underneath. There we go. Oh, it's Shadow Buddy now. It will take a big, heavy tomahawk chop towards Celeste. Big swing.
Cutting words again?
Yeah, okay.
One this time.
All right, so it rolled a 1. He cuttinged it for a 1. It gets a 0. You see the sword thunk into the door frame next to Celeste. Celeste, you watch as the sword goes overhead in this big hefty looking chop. There's a moment, a hair's breadth, and then you see it, and this small bubble of air seems to escape the last little bit of Bartholomew's lungs, and the door frame explodes. A small bead of energy seems to travel down the tip of the blade to where it has made contact with the wall and blows apart a large section of the door frame. It seems eerily similar to something that you often do. It is then Aja's turn.
Damn it. Fly over and give Morgan the help action again.
All right, Velithil, your turn.
Okay, no more hurting Buddy. Let's try not to hurt Buddy. I'd like to target the thin membrane with Mind Sliver.
With Mind Sliver? Let me see here real quick.
Psychic damage.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay. You target it, you cast Mind Sliver?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw, per the spell.
I don't even can't get a charisma save this time.
No, it says you drive a disorienting spike of energy into the mind of one creature you can see. It is your mind.
Okay. I got a 16.
16? Does that make your own save?
Yes.
You made your save. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it. It's just a cantrip, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You call out, and as you kind of reach out, and for a moment your spell takes root within the mind of what appears to be this creature, you look and you feel a small twitching as you feel in your own mind something poke and drive deeper, this unseen force still seemingly very much yourself, just an out-of-body
Do I need
experience.
to kill myself again? I'm really confused right now.
There'll be things to talk about. Super fun.
Should I kill myself?
I hope not.
This is a question you're making me ask right now. I guess I'm gonna kill myself next turn.
Oh, geez.
I don't fucking know what to do!
Is that your turn, then? Yeah. Morgan, your go.
Should I still be attacking him?
Up to you.
I'm asking everybody else. Are you?
I don't understand how the game functions anymore. Do whatever you want.
Can we bring Buddy back? That's what I'm asking.
Worst comes to worst, there's one more diamond that JJ has. Other people have their own diamonds.
I think I gave you guys mine, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And JJ has more diamonds somewhere.
So I have to cast Shadow Blade again. So this has probably been a minute, right?
No. A minute is
Okay,
10
cool.
turns.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it lasts a long time. It's
The
always funny
important
'cause
part-
it's like,
I was just gonna say, the important part is that you're concentrating on it, so if you ever take
Mhm.
damage, you have to make con saves to keep the spell going.
yep,
Okay.
Reno.
So we're gonna do the same deal.
Go right ahead.
With advantage, right?
Yep. The snake has hissed at it.
So 22. 23.
23 or 22? Either one.
23.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage. You have sneak attack, you have an ally within 5 feet, and you roll with advantage.
$27.
27?
Yeah.
All right. That'll do. So you throw the shadowy blade. It impacts into this flesh-like membrane on the back of Bartholomew's body. You see it tear through and kind of peel through. Velithil, you hear a screaming for a moment in your mind. Almost in a strange sense, you've never felt it, obviously, but you've heard talk between Kobold Jones and Orville, this almost ethereal, otherworldly connection to one another. As you feel this thing die, it feels in many ways as if a piece of yourself has kind of been peeled from this very material plane, this otherworldly connection to some creature far beyond rational understanding. It begins to evaporate and dissipate, and much as in your dreamlike state, begin to fall away into fragmented pieces of what once was. You see Bartholomew standing there, large-looking burn, almost acidic-looking burn marks running across his face, his body. His arms drop slack at his side. The sword ting-ting-ting clangs onto the ground. You look, and his chest is partly concave. As you can see, the upper part of it, right near his clavicle, has a large eldritch blast-like dent into him, and he slumps down onto both knees and drops to the ground, gasping for air. That is Morgan's turn. Chunkini. Water bowl's empty. Bartholomew will make a death saving throw. 11. Celeste, your turn. You look, this broken man is now gasping for his last few moments of life.
I'm gonna reach down and kind of like, for lack of a better word, coddle Buddy.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 10 points of lay on hands.
All right. You slowly move your hands to the top of his head, unleash this divine channeling within him. You hear a snapping, a cracking sound as this healing energy washes and wanes over Bartholomew. You hear a and a pop from the large indentation in the front of his clavicle, heavy-looking bruising and redness already running across his body. And he looks up and he goes, "Oh, is this heaven?"
Oh,
And he
you think
passes
I would
out.
be in heaven?
You are literally an angel.
Yeah. Fair.
But yes, combat is over. You see this smoldering mass of black ichor begin to just crackle and evaporate into pieces before not even dust remains of what once was this shadow stone.
Can I pick up Buddy and then grab his sword and kind of like try and carry him over to the sofa?
You heft up Buddy, and before you think to reach for the sword, it kind of floats up and seems to just stay at his side regardless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will take him over to the sofa and kind of cover him in a blankie and like tuck him in.
Like Batman at the end of one of the movies, you set his broken and beaten body, as all the New Yorkers do, onto the sofa.
Buddy.
He currently is unconscious in a myriad of physical problems. He looking rough. He's alive. He's healthy. He'll make it, but he is also not accustomed to extreme amounts of pain. Yes, you all sit there slowly, calmly. Time passes. Oh, that goes away.
Buddy has some of the most astoundingly horrible luck.
I don't think
Beth.
he's ever going to another sleepover.
He has a sleepover with us every night we're on the road.
Oh,
Kind. Vel, are you still okay? Are you okay? Still okay is probably not the right way, but are you okay?
I don't honestly know.
Well, I think Vel and Buddy should both get some rest. If anyone wants to like do some sort of watch just to make sure they're both okay, I think I'd be more comfortable. Maybe if someone wants to switch off with me in the middle of the night, just making sure nothing
okay.
weird goes on.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. For sure. I'll stay up.
Also, I ain't sleeping.
I don't know who sleeps at a slumber party, but it ain't me.
I was gonna say that was her plans already for the night. Sleep, it's a slumber party.
Who sleeps?
The hard part is like she's like, man, I have to go get my weapon. The inside of my room is just filled with bottles of whiskey and like bubble bath and like pillows for pillow fight. Like it's just all the leftover materials for the slumber party. She's like, yeah, no, we should totally like dial it down.
Oh, yeah. Casual, guys.
At this point, before I try to rest, I kind of just feel the arm and actually check that, like, it seems like what was there is gone.
Oh yeah, you reach and touch down. It is searing pain for sure, but as you like touch and feel at the now looseness of the skin, the once kind of like mostly healed over stitching, a number of rips and tears have occurred back in those old battle wounds from when you last lost it. The kind of uneasy cutting from the chop of the dwarven scientists, and as you pull your hand back, you see very clear, bright crimson red. You're still bleeding. You've been healed through healing word and the like, but it's more residual at this point. But you look at it, and as you kind of like have a come to terms moment, as your heart beats, you can feel it renewed. This now patched and revivified body that you are walking around in has been definitely through the ringer, but you have this this strange feeling, while maybe not fully aware of it. There is an emptiness to each beat of your heart. There is an emptiness to the inside of your body. It's that same kind of feeling you get when either a loved one passes, or it's just been a really rough Taco Tuesday and the guac was not as good as advertised. There's just that Wednesday morning vibe where you just remember all the good things you once had to eat. That's about where we're going to say. With that, I believe it is, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to do or attempt, I do believe this calls for a long rest and perhaps addressing it a bit in the morning. Anyone else for actions before the long rest?
So let's poke Morgan again.
Oh, poke. Okay. I'll reach out and touch Morgan.
That was not in character. I was not doing my voice.
Do you want to do that? That's okay. You either. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Morgan, there's a moment where your danger sense kind of goes off and flares in your head. Your adrenaline goes from 0 back to midnight, all the way, and you look over and you just don't turn your head, but the corner of your eye, that full, almost otherworldly sense about it, you see a twitch of Celeste's hand slowly rise before she thinks better of it and kind of just coughs into it. The slum we should probably leave. You have this loud flaring feeling of fight or flight, and it's flighting.
I'll let you guys take the first 2 watches.
Oh, you don't want to stay? You don't? Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I'm just gonna stay over here, and I'm sit back down in my corner away from everybody.
This is my corner. Chunkini looks at you and then grumbles and moves 5 feet closer, but cannot be bothered to move the full 10 feet. You see, you walk over to the corner and it's slides along the ground from the warm spot it was making, and it rolls over and it growls at you, and you hear this, and it is not happy, but then eventually just rolls back over and faces the fireplace. And with that, everyone will... Are you guys going to try to do a long rest here, or you guys want to retire to your rooms? You tell me what the plan is, y'all.
I think I've got a long rest here so that I can keep an eye on Buddy.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
Same.
Yeah, here.
Here, okay. You all find various avenues to find comfortability. There is safety in numbers. No one is around to hear the mass murderer kill the 2 boys that left the party early. So unfortunate. No, I'm kidding. But you all will go to a long rest. Go ahead and you can update it on your character sheets, and through that, we will come right back in about 10 minutes. Well, we'll do. What are we feeling? 5-10 minutes? What do we want? 5 minutes? 5 minute. 5 minute. We'll take a 5-minute break here. It is 8:31. We'll come back at 8:36. We'll see you after the break. Peace. Hello, 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 all you beautiful people still with us after the break. I hope you're enjoying the show. It just goes to prove that even with 4 characters, you can throw something with over 150 hit points at them and they'll murder the shit out of it. No armor. One of them didn't have a weapon. One of them had a chance where magic just didn't work. All that kind of fun stuff. That's D&D, It's almost like they're level 7 or something. You can just really give them the jump on them. Fun stuff there. So with that, welcome back after the break. Our level 20 characters. We'll get back right into it in a second. I do want to give a special shout out. I'm not sponsored by this. It's just something that I often always forget to do. Kobold Press, right now, they're a cool publisher. They're a third-party publisher. They help made A couple of the early stuff for 5th edition. They're doing their Tome of Beasts 3. I highly, highly, highly recommend them if you ever want to be a dungeon master for 5th edition or even Pathfinder 2nd edition. They make a lot of really cool supplementary content, really neat ideas for a lot of monsters and characters that are in there. Their Kickstarter's live right now. They hit their day one goal already. Again, not sponsored at all. I just think their product is super dope. I use their monsters all the time. Really good basis for coming up with creepy shit. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much. That concludes this shilling for no shill. I need to get somebody who will pay the shill. Pay the shill price. So with that, thank you for staying with us after the break. Here we are back. Clap for YouTube. Hey, YouTube. When we last left, there was a fight. The last remnants of corruption deep within Velithil bled onto a carpet, noticed by her roguish friend of very perceptive, danger-sensible sensations, and thusly defeated. You all embark on a long rest, very strange and a myriad of curious things. Velithil, you're reattuning to the reality's grasp, or you're just going to meditate? You're not actually going to try to sleep? That's the question of the day.
That's a good question. Actually,
I do be having questions.
yeah, I will try to get a look inside now that it's done.
Okay. So you reattune yourself to the glove and then head off into a actual sleep?
Yeah, I'll, JJ, I'm just gonna check out the inside now that it's maybe cleared out. If you...
Do you want me to come again, or do you not? Do you want to just do this alone? I totally understand either way.
I appreciate having you there.
Okie dokie.
If you don't mind.
Okie dokie, of course. And JJ will grab Belle's hand.
Okay. Anyone else? Grabbing hands or singing Kumbaya? I know Morgan definitely likes high-fiving and hugs. I think she'd be a great member of the Church of Asler.
With that 0 charisma, I ain't touching nobody.
Oh man, get you some makeup at Ulta, pretty it up, Yeah, charisma. No, good, Celeste? Alright, Celeste, you watch over. An hour is spent. Bartholomew stays and remains unconscious in a dream liminal-like state. You see the sword kind of move slightly back and forth, wafting before slowly angling itself over his body, flattening itself across his chest, and subconsciously he seems to grip it across the front of his chest, almost as many crusaders are buried. The reality's grasp again glows a bright, hot, golden brilliance, and as you enter into a dreamlike state, again, an actual restful slumber instead of a meditative state of true consciousness, which, new book this week coming out. They changed elves, y'all. Why do you change math? Anyway, sorry. That's the old me. That's the old man in me. You again feel this warm sensation at the end of your hand, and you are awakened into a somewhat strange and almost more curious-like state than before. The once empty waiting room and doorway seems to now be accompanied by a myriad of rather curious and peculiar things as you and eventually JJ, you reaffix and regrasp the glowing glove of reality's grasp, and enter and cause it to activate the light. JJ, are you going to resist the sleep effect that comes with this, or no? It will roll, but you can always choose to fail.
Fail it if that means that she knows that she's going with Val.
Yeah, specifically it's anyone who's touching it for this ability.
Yeah, that's
so you collapse over and lean forward onto Velithil. And you, Velithil, as you activate the item, JJ, Dragon Ones again all, apparates beside you, and the plane in which you all find yourself is eerily similar yet forever changed and different. You look around, and in this flat, open, blackened plateau of any lack of discernible definition, you now look, and in the distance you again see this kind of ancient, golden, glowing gateway, the center and entrance to your mind, your mental palace, through which your personality, your information, your spiritual and center mental core exists. And yet, there's a sky now. You look over and you can see a fractured reality, a myriad of strange occurrences, a crack that runs along the length of what was once a solid surface. I need the pair of you to individually roll your choice. You can roll insight, nature, religion, or arcana.
Got a 16 Arcana.
16 arcana, okay.
16 insight.
16 insight, tremendous. You, JJ, you look around and you slowly begin to formulate your thoughts. Velithil, as you examine this happening, this strange occurrence that was not like this previous to these events, you have a strange feel. As you stare out into this open horizon, this now seemingly interconnected space between your unwaking self, this almost etherealness within your own mindset, the cavalcade of various shifting horizons seems to portray that of various other influences within your life. A section of the sky seems bright and white and good. There's a warmth that seems to emanate from a sun that is yet to be rendered and far out of distance, but accompanying it just on the opposite, juxtaposed side is an area of cold, bleak shadows through which you can hear rain but yet to feel it upon your skin, and still yet a third, seemingly strange landscape through which you feel a connection to, but yet with a 16 Arcana are unable to truly identify what is going on in this instance. JJ, with a 16 Insight, you look around and you gather much of the same. You've heard tales of stories of those that have crossed, those that have had death or near-death experiences in their lifetime, and many of the poetic, bardic songs of those of more grim schools of thought often relay these sorts of patterns and descriptions, but it is hard to say for sure. The only thing that you truly grasp as you look out with your insight and your mind possess that of a poet is that something within Velithil has irreparably changed, and truly it would make for a great story. That's what you get. What would the pair like to do?
Do you want to check it out some more, or?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this is, though.
I mean, I guess it's kind of your it's the mark left by your passing, maybe.
Uh, why don't you pick which one we go take a look at?
What's your sky? There's still only one door.
Oh, I thought you described multiple landscapes.
Well, yeah, it's landscapes that you see in the distance, the horizon, your effectively what was once a canopy of darkness and just a waiting room is now open to a view of these various myriad landscapes.
Oh, okay.
But they're always out of sight. You're kind of it is confusing as you've never really dreamed as an elf. But yes, it is that idea of you're dreaming a dream that can truly never be traversed or ventured, but its existence beckons curiosity. Chase the dragon. You'll never catch it.
Since this is like your thing, I don't know if I could go first, but I could try and
Well, I
open the door for you.
no, we can go through. Let's take a look at what's changed.
A pair of you walk towards the golden, kind of grim-looking gates of Velithil's inner sanctum. The kind of screeching and echoes of metallic grating peels open, and in a flash, you all find yourself standing within this large open area, this graved dirt, and seemingly much more beautiful area. The sky now is no longer a somber, grim, almost necromantic fog, but while you still stand very presently in a graveyard, there is light and there is a bit of warmth, a sense of life itself, and a respect for nature that has seemingly been restored to this place. Many of the bookshelves seem disturbed, rattled in some way. A various collection of books line the long open fields of this kind of mortuaried sanctum, and you can look and see that there are large, heft-like tremors that have torn through the landscape, crevasses at one time or another that have now been filled in with bright and glittering bits of diamond, seeming to hold itself to place and fill the gaps that have been blown apart from within Velithil herself. Where once a massive tree stood, glowing lights of fairy-like energy, it is now missing, and in the center of her own mind is a crater. You can look and note the inside of it glistens with bright, beautiful diamond, slowly being restored. Floating overhead, amidst the most brightly lit places of her mind's palace, are a collection of stained glass windows that seem to float effortlessly through the air, all strangely seeming to look for locations to find rest once more, but still uncertain, unsure, and unaware of what their fate may yet be. The one new addition you might see beyond removal is a singular thing, a small, no more than a foot, maybe 2 foot at most, tall, statuesque platform that sits at the very center of Ground Zero within Velithil's mind.
Does it seem big enough to be upon?
I mean, if you want to get closer to it, you certainly can. You do see it shining from the very center, like a glint in the distance.
I'm a little conflicted to poke around or to just let things recover. If that's what this is.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. We always have the glove, and you can always come back in maybe a few days or so, you know?
I want to be sure that he's gone, though, too.
You know, I don't know if I can actually let go of your hand in here, so I was gonna walk up and look myself, but I don't think I want to let go.
No. Well, let's go take a look then.
All right. You think to move forward, and in a flash, the world washes beyond you, and you all sit now several feet deep within the crater within Velithil's mind. You see this small, shining effigy, no bigger again than a foot or two, collection of inches, and it seems to be a podium of some manner, and a very small, diamond-encrusted statuette of a rather familiar face, posing in the most heroic way possible. You see emblazoned in beautiful looking words that you can always read and interpret within your own mind's eye. And it says, "Here lies Belethil's doubts that Vasler is awesome."
That's kind of funny, actually.
He's gonna make a great religious leader.
He is. He already is. It's pretty sweet.
How should we go then?
Yeah, See, it wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Now that
So,
he's gone. Yeah. Maybe you should get some real sleep and rest. Well, not sleep, but
I mean, that's just what we're
rest.
doing right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
To talk about your arm in the morning.
I have an idea. We can discuss it with everyone. But I probably will discuss my decisions with everyone now that I've made such a kerfuffle like this.
It'll be fine. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Just like it was just fine.
I
You're welcome.
know it's, but thank you, JJ.
Of course. I assume you'd do the same for any of us. So,
Well, we do have this club now, and you've got a hulking rabbit thing living in you. If you want to ever go visit it, I'll be there for you.
I don't know if I'm ready to face the demons in my head, especially, so close to a traumatic event in my personal life.
I know.
But it might be good for other folks too, like.
Oh, I imagined most of us could make use of this. I'm rather glad that I don't feel like I need to hoard it now. For anyone who wishes to make use of it now, we'll be able to pass it around. Little therapy glove that we can help each other out with. It's kind of nice that you can bring a friend.
Exactly, that is quite nice. You can have a little bit of support. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
With that, you think to return, and slowly you disperse and pull the glove free from your hand, almost by sheer force of will. JJ, you shake awake. Belethil, you slowly come to consciousness. It has been a good chunk of the long rest at this point. As you stir, so too does Bartholomew. You see a hand kind of like go up onto the side of the couch. He slowly shifts up. He goes, "All right, so Miss Celeste," and looks around. And Celeste, I think you're the one keeping watch. Yeah, he turns and finds you in the night and goes, I'm very sorry.
Need a water?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good on liquids. I think I might have urinated on myself.
Oh.
Yep, it's pretty bad. I've just been sitting in it.
You want me to get you a change of clothes? I could do that really quick.
I'm an adult and I can do that. Thank you so much.
All right.
I just want to, and I'm going to go take care of myself. I just want to, as your employee, and moreover as your friend. And I want you to know this
Okay.
comes from the most depths that my heart will allow it. I fucking hate slumber parties. And I'm so
Oh,
sorry
yeah.
that you like them.
No, I figured
I hate that
you
for
would
you.
after this.
Yeah. No, this is literally the worst. Whoever would
I think we should
subject
stick to pool
themselves.
parties from now on.
I've never had a pool party, but you know what? We've had a river party, but then my brother swam down it and was trapped
Oh,
against
yeah.
the currents. Yes, no, never again. And no, you know, I would appreciate the invite, you know, but
Always.
I will in turn just allow you to know I will refuse any future sleepover requests. I don't think they're for me. They seem great for you. You look like you had a blast. Morgan more than enjoyed herself, I'm sure. I just, you know, I'm not a sleepover kind of person, you know? Just different people, you and I.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And I respect you.
Oh,
But
okay.
as your friend, I have to tell you that it was brought to my attention that when we go out adventuring,
hmm
every night's a sleepover because we're stuck together in the same
Oh.
tent. And it was just told to me, and I didn't think about
Mhm.
it until that moment because
Mhm.
I was like, oh my God, sleepover, tons of blankets and pillows,
Mhm.
until I realized that every night's a sleepover.
Right. Okay.
So,
So
whatever what your
follow up.
plan was.
No, follow-up
Yep.
question then. And
Okay.
I have, say, like 3 weeks advance on my pay.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I will happily give you whatever you need.
Well, I'm going to purchase, so we're full disclosure here. I'm going to purchase a tent that has a locking door on it so that I can have my own area away from the sleepover nonsense because
Yes.
I am apparently, and it might be just an allergy thing, I'm deathly allergic to sleepovers. I'm learning this about myself. I never thought to get tested for sleepovers before. Yeah, but
Okay.
never again will
I
I be
understand.
participating. Yes.
I will happily
Yeah.
buy you whatever tent you want.
Okay.
And I apologize for this catastrophic sleepover.
Oh, so this is not how they normally go.
Oh, buddy, no.
I'm
I
pretty
thought this
sure I
was-
ruined it.
Oh, hello.
Ah,
Good evening.
ruined is such a
Hi.
strong word. You made it interesting.
I would not say that.
That's what I'm gonna go.
I
with.
would say ruined. I don't think that was supposed to happen during a
Yeah,
sleepover.
this was definitely, as Miss Celeste said, an abnormal sleepover. You normally just tell spooky stories. You don't live in spooky stories during a sleepover, but
Mhm.
you know, sometimes things do go awry.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if you feel like you have to stay in another place, but that doesn't mean we can protect you if you're in your own tent, because you know
Mhm.
I got the safety dome thing.
right. So maybe I just want, maybe like, I once saw in a military book, they have these like foldable walls. They're called collapsible cover. And maybe when everyone goes to sleep in the dome, I get like my own little dome, like a turtle shell, and I just hide in that because so far what I'm learning is that I don't like sleep already. I knew that one. And I am over the over part. I don't like whatever entails the over part, the overture of the sleep over part. Absolutely hate it. 0 out of 10 stars. Would not recommend. It'll get you killed. I'm learning this. Yes, I'm learning this today.
So you want a miniature tent for?
I want, yeah, like if you could find, like, okay, so we had this one fella growing up who was allergic to a number of things, and they would have to be kept in like a containment type room, like a nice clean room where no one could go in or out. You know, maybe just like when we're sleeping, I get my own little like section of whatever we're staying in, where no one can unleash a goo monster at me, or impale me with silver, or cause us to get attacked, or or if we do get attacked, that's fine. I'll totally be there. I'm getting stronger. But maybe someone else gets jumped first.
Yes.
Or like
Bartholomew.
new rule, someone else goes and checks out the scary stain on the carpets from now on. And
Yes.
we get some of that. They make that sawdust type things. You spray it on stains and it's supposed to pull the stain out. Maybe we do that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idea.
Yeah.
I'll work on that tent thing for you, though.
Okay.
I think we're gonna leave soon, like the next day or two.
Next-
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. No, yeah.
So
All for that. This place is.
first thing today, tomorrow. What time is it? Tomorrow, today ish. I'll go look into that for you.
Okay. Yeah. No. You know what? I'm cool with it. When we're ready to leave, just let me know. I'm gonna go to the bath now, and
Okay.
I'm gonna have some me time, and I encourage everyone to find their own beach. I read a book earlier this week that says within the scope of one's own mind, you should always seek to have a private beach where nothing can hurt you, and all of your enemies are unreachable on your deserted island. So I want you to think about that, and I want you to find your beach, and maybe, live there, away from things that can hurt you, and people who can make fun of you. All right then, go team. And he gets up, and you hear this like squitching sound, and slowly makes way to the.
I'm
the
really
bath.
sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I feel so bad.
You? Really? All you did was turn into a You didn't even hurt him. I literally bled everything out of me that tried to kill him.
Well, I kind of sunk his chest in us a little bit.
I don't think he realizes who did that. He was completely unaware at that point, completely surrounded by that me.
It was just it was one of those nights. We'll all recover from this. We'll get stronger as a team. The boys sure did miss out.
Did they? They did.
I
They
think
did.
Kobold Jones would have loved to have.
I feel like both of them would have enjoyed punching and slashing at a part of me.
Not. I don't think it's a you thing. I think it's a just slashing and stabbing thing. I don't think they would like the idea of
I
hurting
think
you.
they would have enjoyed.
Okay, maybe like this much.
Yes,
Like that
exactly. See,
much. Yeah. Okay.
Morgan, how's your corner?
Delightful.
How's your friend inside of you?
There's no friend inside of her.
Oh, right. How's your friend that's visiting you?
Doing great as far as I know.
Maybe you could ask Gooby when he wants to be better friends.
When I ask, what?
I've decided to start calling it Gooby because I don't want to continue to make JJ feel uncomfortable. So Gooby is visiting friend.
They're better.
If you just would stop making that face, that would be fantastic. And then we can just hold it together. Ask you, JJ.
You're right. I've never really asked her name, but she's fine.
Her?
I don't. Yeah.
Calling her him and her. Oh my god.
Yeah.
She called her earlier the night.
I've probably been offending her
It's okay.
this whole time. Ask her name, Then, so I was thinking about this, and just wondering, do you think maybe if we use the glove, because the glove lets you into each other's brains, right, Vel? That's kind of what happened.
Yep.
You? So maybe if we use the glove on Morgan, we could talk to her.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
I mean, I'm not going to
you-
say that the inner ooze monster inside of you could also become very agitated and try to kill everyone.
Well, maybe we don't go.
Also for Odnum, it's really... Be careful, Morgan.
I think I'm alright. I can speak to her, and last time Vel talked to something in her head, she died, so we're alright.
Something tells me
Well,
that
now-
conversation was very
I
one-sided.
kind of did that to me.
Yeah. That checks out.
I literally met that thing. I didn't realize it was exactly a thing before. And then when I met it, I just decided it needed to go.
Did you
And
Considering-
it wasn't lying that I wasn't going to get rid of it without dying, so I kind of killed myself.
Well, considering Gooby,
You feel a shudder in the back of your head.
I'm not calling her that. Killed a marshmallow earlier. I think that introducing people to her in my head would probably be real bad.
Yeah, I'm not really suggesting that. I'm just... Be careful.
Why don't we start with her name? What's her name?
Scooby.
Oh, she doesn't like that. Morgan just told us. She ain't about that.
Everyone
She
calls
is.
Bartholomew Buddy.
He introduced himself as Buddy.
His boss introduced himself as Buddy.
Oh, there you go.
I identified him as Bartholomew Earden.
What are we gonna do? Call him Barty?
Good old Barty.
Bartholomew.
Barty.
Whatever. What's Scooby's real name?
Can I ask if she'll give me her name?
Sure. You mentally reach into the back of your mind. You feel this connection to this other self within you, this creature that is now cohabitating within you. And you hear this like strange shuddering sound, this like sort of like movement. And you hear it and you start to kind of feel this other self again more coming to. And its voice reaches back to you and goes, "Now that is a curious question. I'm learning, I'm growing, but I hope to be as much of you as you are you. We share, right now, amicably, but I don't know that I have a name. Do I need one?"
Not necessarily. I'm assuming you don't want to be called Gooby, though.
That seems a bit slanderous. There is a part of me that finds it funny. I think that is humor. But there's another part of me that drives it a bit into anger. And I want to shut the woman who is speaking up. I tell you, if I were to be pressed for it, I could consider a name, but what would you call me, since we are sharing at this point?
I don't rightly know. I have to think about it
All right,
as we got to know each other.
fair enough. Will you think on it, and I will look forward to hearing from you. I don't trust these fools. They're less violent than the people who brought me around, but they are strange and all too willing to risk everything for very small aspects of progression.
Like what?
Well, like a number of things. They seek to antagonize us, to poke and prod and throw things. They're violent. I might even call them savages. It might do well to remove them, but I can see that, especially recently, having them take the fall for things is very beneficial to our survival.
Because they're my friends. They're just trying to help and figure out who and what you are, not trying to be violent towards you.
Well, then they are seeking answers that not even we have. I don't know, and I don't think that you know either. I am what I am. Alive. I think.
Well, we'll stick with that then.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for protecting us.
Perhaps this might work.
I'm gonna look to Celeste and say that she doesn't have a name as of right now.
Have a name. Okay.
But hearing Gooby makes her mad at you specifically, so I would just
Got it.
also no more
Thank-
throwing things at me.
Throwing things. I don't throw things.
Not you, just in general. To everybody.
Just okay. And we established I can't poke you anymore. I can't call her. And
Anything that
There's
could
a-
be seen as violent.
like she's establishing a lot of rules real quick.
Anything that could be seen as harmful to me.
Okay.
Does she not like violence?
I thought she was gonna be chaotic, crazy. Sorry, no offense, for lack of better terms.
I take that
just-
offense.
We can't hear all this, right?
No, this is in her head.
Yeah.
It's all okay.
Yeah.
I figured. Okay.
The joy of sentient things.
Morgan's just gonna sigh. I'm trying to build up some trust by communicating, and poking and prodding her after everything she's been through is not the way to go.
Well, perhaps in time she'll discover the things that she likes, and we can help her enjoy whatever those may be. And we'll be able to grow a little bit closer then and have some trust then.
What if she doesn't?
Like anything?
She likes Chonk.
Yes.
That's
I
me
mean, I
right
can't
there.
really blame her. Actually,
Who doesn't?
True.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's fair.
I guess that is a good sign. Right?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, all right. Yes.
I'm optimistic. That we can win her trust over, but it's gonna be a journey.
Does she know what they were planning on, like doing with her. Like, what? Does that make sense?
Like with the weapon that they made her into?
Yeah.
She would only know like the visions that she saw of them like forging her, right?
You can ask.
Okay, I'll ask.
So you
If
ask
she knew.
her. Oh, she knew what it was for?
Yeah, what they were gonna do with her, if she knew.
There's a pause. You hear, again, this like kind of like wet, shifting sound kind of echoing within your mind. For a moment, you hear the kind of familiar voice that they've been using to communicate echo like a softer, well, and it cuts off and goes, I don't know. And then it cuts over and you hear this like bubbling sound, this like echo in your mind before it comes back. And you hear, this one did not know. Another did. At first, I knew very little. But now I think I know many things. And I think that we'll continue to learn as long as our arrangement works well. From what I can glean from this one, I was intended to be a weapon. What sort of weapon I will never know, but apparently the edge that I would have made would have been enough to split reality itself at a whim. I was intended to be an equalizer, a defense against those things that are often too terrifying to speak of. I'm not sure if I am what they intended, or just another mistake. With this, I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Is this before or after our long rest that this is happening?
This would be after, because you're half elven, so yeah, you got the short resting type stuff.
Forget to add your +2.
20.
20, okay. There's a moment where a vision, a memory, washes into your mind, and you think for a moment that you can't believe you forgot this, that this is like who you are, but then you come to terms and you don't lose yourself to it. While foreign ideas, memories of a life that you remember very, very firmly as if it was your own life itself, but yet completely alien and foreign to you, you do not lose who Morgan is through these almost prophetic visions. You have a flash, and instantly you recall this memory as if it was your own, and it plays by in your mind as an instant. But what it actually is this night, this moment, this feeling, a conversation between two people, two adults, two individuals, and your heart flutters. Clearly, these two are desperately in love with one another. You see a beautiful woman sat astride from you, and you can hear muffled words come from her before it clarifies in your mind, and you recall them as if they'd happened not very long ago at all. You hear, well, personally, I can't stop you from doing this, but is it really as bad as they're telling you? You hear the respondent voice again, kind of gruff and grumbling, go, it's only for a short time. And you feel yourself speaking these words, your first-person perspective. You go, but according to the rest of the house, if what they say is true, there'll be one person that will wield a weapon so powerful it'll bring the heavens down upon the earth itself. Might be kind of neat. I'm not sure though. Oh, I have an appointment tomorrow, so I'll be out for most of the day. I'm sorry. I know we were supposed to spend most of the day together. I'm so sorry, hon. You have a vision of this other woman looking a bit downtrodden and sorrowful. The angle of your vision pans down to a book that seems to be open with a number of large, heavy-looking texts, some of which you remember reading about the legend of a quicksilvered blade. And in it, a single illustration of a man hefting a blade overhead, and the clouds split in half. Then the memory ends there.
She doesn't really know, but I'm getting flashes of people recently talking about it, and it being some reference to a weapon, like a weapon of legend, but I'm not 100% sure.
You're hearing people talk about it?
Just visions of people.
Do you know these people?
Would I know them?
Roll insight. It is a high roll.
It's credit. You got it.
Yeah. Just credit. Crits happen.
Or
14.
14. You don't recognize the other woman that you've been viewing and in this memory you converse with, but you, from a sense of speaking, this first-person perspective, the only thing you know is that in these memories, when your hands go into your field of view, they're larger hands, they're gruff, they have calluses on them, they're at the end of a long forearm that is heavily muscled. It is a well-toned, well-trained body, and there is strength in these arms, overbearingly so. With a 14, you don't quite understand who it could be, but definitely these are things that, with a 20 on your saving throw, you know do not belong to you. And you're not sure that they belong to whatever this thing is, but they are being fed to you as if they are your own. And you are cognizant of yourself enough to know this and differentiate the two.
I don't know them.
A weapon of legend? Like, is there any historical context, perhaps? A name?
He doesn't have a name.
There was a book that the legend is written in about. Did you say Quicksilver Blade? I just want to make sure.
A quick-silvered blade.
Yeah, of a quicksilvered blade.
Can I do a history check on that?
If you're trained in history, you certainly can. Same thing with JJ if you want to make the check as well. Whoever wants to. If you are trained in history or trained in religion, you can make this check.
I got a 14 history.
14 history, okay. The name feels familiar, but not of any legends you would have recalled in your growing up. And what do we get, JJ?
15 history.
14 history as well?
15, but I'm going to assume that it doesn't do much.
15 and 14 is slightly different. There are DCs that are based in 5s. You glean a little bit more. You don't remember the story, and you don't remember the tale, but you know there is a song, as always, as there often are in these situations. There is a song that is of the Quicksilvered Blade. You've heard a limerick or some type of parts of the lyrics to it referencing this, but you know it's rather old, and you can't remember if it was someone in your family or even someone beyond your direct family that had kind of brought that to you. Somewhere in your long kind of bardic college days, someone had a history of this, but you know it to be a rather old legend.
As far as I know or can remember, maybe I just didn't pay attention in that lecture or something. It's old. Old as maybe even dirt. Who knows? But it's old.
Okay. Oh,
I mean, I could go scoot on over to the college real quick tomorrow and see if I can look up perhaps where one of the textbooks and look up a Quicksilver Blade. It's somewhere.
is the college a public place? Like, could I go with you?
DM.
The Bard College?
Oh,
Yeah, the Bard College
Sorry.
here in town is one of the like nicest bars. It's not actually like a college. It's a old kind of like rebuilt by the docks building that a number of bards study at, and a lot of people don't go near unless they are of the bardic persuasion, simply because it's full of a lot of almost treat it like open mic night constantly. It's a state of perpetual, like, let me try this out. Let me see if this joke lands. Let me see if the song's good. People that sit under trees and just constantly are like, all right, anyway, this is Wonderwall. And they don't really know all the notes, you know? So it's one of those kinds of like, we just don't go to that campus, you know? Mixed in with a fair amount of alcohol.
so it's like a giant jam sesh.
Pretty much, yeah. It's literally like a studio, but it's made out of an old tavern here, like a big bar.
Okay.
I don't think you should, JJ.
The
Yeah.
lady does have a rather extensive library as well.
Yeah, you can attempt to.
Yes.
The bulk of her knowledge is in politics, gems, and trading. If it's ever an economic question, the knowledge probably exists within there. But other than that, you're looking at like general knowledge plus a bit, like general history plus. Things of legend are often not always found within Gulanti's estate. If you were House Grama, that's their bag, baby. They're the weapons and armor people, which kind of makes sense why they know about it. Same thing with magic secrets. Destra would be their personal library, would be where arcane secrets could be found.
Well, I was gonna go and buy that little tent for Buddy. I'll be honest, I don't know where to go. I was hoping maybe somebody could go with me, and while we're out, we could do a little research.
I don't want to research anything about it while we're here. And
Oh,
JJ especially shouldn't.
Yeah, I shouldn't do
That's a good
anything.
point.
I don't know anything about this.
Maybe I can find something over
Um,
the road.
So that tent, though.
I am going to reiterate, we cannot protect Buddy while he's in said tent.
No, we're going to get him a little barrier that he can set up and have a little spot for himself.
Yep.
Kind of like a, one of those little changing room fold-out walls.
Yeah,
Base
Yeah.
insight of the group as you guys discuss it, and you know the logistics of it, JJ. The best thing you could probably get Bartholomew would be a weighted blanket at this point.
yeah, that doesn't fit.
I was actually just thinking maybe we could get like a curtain. And then
That
make it like a
doesn't
little
f-
door. No, that won't. Okay.
Yeah, you remember you remember the dome, right?
Yeah. Wasn't very
That's
big.
it. Yeah, that's it. It's not like he can set up another dome on top of it and he's fine. That he still would be left to the elements. So he either gets in the dome or he's endangering himself. So that they make these really nice like crocheted blankets that have like extra like wool on the bottom, like the heavy duty wool, and they kind of just like they're like they add like a nice
Cocoon?
layer of compression, so that it kind of relaxes you. So that might help him to relax. It would be good to like keep him all snuggled up while he's meditating, I guess.
That's a good
They
idea.
actually might be great for the whole journey if we plan on walking at all. It's gonna be cold.
Is
It's
it
gonna be real
because
cold.
Klaus said that winter had passed?
Klaus was being a little too, I think, literal at that point. It still seems to be like winter time. It's still kind of chilly out.
It is kind of chilly, but there definitely is no snow.
Not in Deerwood, right?
No, definitely not.
But we're going up north where it's the White Wilds.
Yeah, but that's kind of like indicative of just the area. Like I don't think that place is evergreen, you know.
Can we get a 7-day weather check?
Yeah. There's a thing called Commune with Nature. You cast that spell, I give you whatever you want. You know what? One of y'all should have rolled Druid. That ain't my fault.
I was told I can't play Druid anymore.
Oh, I did not. I have never said that.
That's my backup.
Orville said that.
Oh, Orville said that's your backup. Morgan's like, if I go out, I'm coming back as a Druid.
She already made her back up.
No, you could be like an 18th
big
level
ol'-
ranger and get it.
Yeah,
You big ol'
or some
Druid himbo.
barbarians. Yeah. But yeah, anything you guys want to do before the day passes and the morning begins? Nope. All right, so you guys can all mark long rest if you're using D&D Beyond or marking it yourself. You regain all your hit points. You restore a point of exhaustion. You regain all of your spell slots. You have a restful sleep throughout which now it has been nearly a week of being back. It's been stressful, but otherwise there is a sense of kind of togetherness and bonded feelings of such. For this, make sure I do this because you guys are in a safe place, so I can just directly award XP, so I don't have it hanging over my head. Let's see here. Each member of the party, 24, split 6 ways. Each of you gains 400 experience for a slumber party gone wrong and recent role-playing efforts.
Sorry, that ping is from me for the boy.
Hey, no worries. So with that, you all gain your long rest. You have time to reflect and think. Later into the evening, Bartholomew returns in fresh clothes. Pretty much just his butlering outfit, because that's probably the only clean clothes he has at this point, from when he got suckered into working at the Galanti estate. You all are well and fast awake, even after Celeste takes her long rest for her radiant self. You all still wake with the morning. You're up well before dawn. You know that the estate store tends to open first thing when the farmers markets bring in the fresh harvest. What is it that you guys need to get done, and what do you guys want to do? I know there's discussions about heading out of town eventually, but up to you guys. You guys drive the narrative. We'll go wherever you want to go.
We need to check on our items
Well, then we
before
should
we
get
leave.
delivered to the estate when they're ready.
Oh,
Was
right.
the arrangement we made?
That is right. So then we should check at the mail room, I guess.
That would be correct.
It looks like the boys are still down and out. I think I would probably still be recovering from shitting my brains out for hours.
I need to find a new spell focus. I only have one hand.
Volunteer's
and-
tribute.
What?
I don't
Um,
know. What?
There's a
I-
there's a pause,
What do we
and
do?
Morgan, you hear, she's going to tribute herself. Take her now.
No,
No, do it.
it's not
There's
what she
this-
meant.
There's like this twitch and pull for a moment.
I don't know. So should I?
Joe, come on. Okay, so you need
Okay,
to
but
find
I
your
need
main
actually I need
focus.
confirmation on this. If you're ever dead, I should or shouldn't make you into a like zombie under my control. Because to me, that's what volunteering as
ever
tribute would
dead?
mean.
If I'm ever
Yeah.
dead, I think
Yeah.
maybe we should consult JJ with Diamond situation before that situation.
Right, but like
Well-
dead.
Oh, like
Yeah.
no return dead?
Yeah.
Wait, can I get
Yeah.
back to you? I feel like that's a pressure. you
Sure,
put
think
me
about it.
under.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean,
like
yeah.
that's,
I mean,
that's
I'm
a
not
big
totally-
decision.
I'm not totally
So-
against it at this
Okay.
moment. But
No, I appreciate that.
So, as everyone's good buddy pal here, I suggest everyone, like Colt did, carry a letter of your will upon your body. Just so everyone knows what to do with you.
it's a thing.
Yes.
Just
Just in
what
case
happens if you
our
burn to
line.
death?
Well, shit. Maybe we should put them in Orville's.
What if you fall
bag.
into a river and you can't get out, and then ink on the paper just bleeds?
So we put it on Orville's bag of holding then. All right, we'll file those away in Orville's bag of holding, and then we'll have a copy with the lady.
No,
I'm
I
going
have to.
to just put out
A will?
there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to write a will.
Okay.
If I die, and there's no chance that I can be saved or brought back as myself, if there's just no saving it, here is my express permission to bury me literally anywhere that will not be around tampering, okay? I don't want to have one of those moments where, I'm just throwing it out there, a terrible mold or fungi infects my body and then puppets me around and wants to be part of the family, or a demon takes my skin and tries to make you to make horrible deals, or a fairy puppets me around by tendrils. There's just a number of things that can go wrong. So if you could just bury me in an unmarked grave, maybe consecrated if that's in the cards, full permission on that one. Take whatever you need. I don't need it at that point. Take all my stuff. Don't need any of that garbage. And also, it's probably good to take my weapons from me, or just the one I have. That way, if I do get possessed, or body jumped, or snatched, or whatever, I can't attack you with said weapon. That'd probably be a good idea.
Question, buddy.
Yeah.
Are you open to Vel animating you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely
I figured
not.
that was.
Nope.
He said
I
no
just
He
wanted
tampering.
said the no
Nope.
tampering thing.
No, I
I see how
wasn't
that
sure if
chubby
there was,
guy
like,
gets
a-
handled. I'm not. Nope.
I do
alright.
know a spell that will actually protect your body for a period of time
Mhm.
related to rest.
All I know is that the one time that I've seen you in control of a very dead person, they had to go running right at the scariest thing, and I
Yes.
was nope, not going to do that for me. Nope, I just better off dead. Maybe take my organs. You can sell them. People pay good money for organs.
I mean, you're alive, and last night you ran at the scariest thing. We just didn't know it was yet.
I didn't know it was scary. I thought it was a
Yeah.
stain. And
Yeah, so-
in
yeah.
in hindsight, I'm learning.
Yeah.
Just because your employer tells you to do something, maybe you have second thoughts about that. Question authority a
it's-
bit.
Yeah,
Yep. Hmm.
I'm so sorry.
Huh? What?
Just everything last night.
Oh. I mean, it's fine, right?
It's-
I mean, you'll have crazy adventures with the Seekers of Galanti. You're not Weaver's chosen for nothing. Even your sleeps are hardcore and legendary. I guess that's just how that is when you're a hero. Next time, though, let's go for if I can pick our doom, and we have regular people that are assassins instead of crazy monstrous things. If I could pick my demise, at the very least, I could have a swift death instead of suffocating and getting stabbed.
I mean, I'm sure it's in the cards.
Oh, okay, good. I mean, I mean, not good, but
Oh.
like
Okay.
at least it's boring. It's like a
I thought for
calm
sure you were
down.
gonna pick the gingerbread men or like.
Nope. I was not a fan of that one. Not a fan of that one at all. Yeah. When your food tries to eat you, that opens up some. It opens up some stuff in there. Yeah, I've been eating a salad like every day since then. Although at dinner I had a very good dinner. I thank you again for that. It was very fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. I was trying to give everyone a delightful little evening.
Yeah, it really was.
But no, I was thinking about trying to find. I don't know. We might have some at the Galanti trade. Perhaps a ring for a spell focus, because I should be able to do everything I need to do with one hand then if I have a ring. But and I kind of want the group's opinion on this, because I'm thinking either I could go and speak with I can't remember her name right now, but the fine artificer who was working on our items, perhaps construct me a proper prosthetic, or I could speak to Mr. Klaus about it. He seems fairly apt with such things.
Either or. We could also ask Lady Gulanti, perhaps, if she knows someone that is particularly good with prosthetics and the like as well.
Remember when we first came back, she was going to send us to a worker in Grama. And I'm not sure. Everyone was really worried. And I don't know if we should or shouldn't.
I don't know. That's up to everyone else. I'm gonna be honest. I went over to that district for a moment, to see if Fee was back and wanted to meet, but all I found was her partner. Or rather, her partner found me. So, yeah.
She was looking for you?
Yeah, because Fee wasn't back, remember?
But you
Oh,
messaged
but
Fee, right?
But then I messaged Fee, and
Yeah.
Fee just said she got busy. But,
Wonder if
you know,
she's back yet.
I wonder too, but I'm kind of decided to give her the space she needs. I think her partner thought maybe, there was something, but anyways, there's not, and yeah. So, I mean, if someone wants to go to Grama, they can.
I just, if the items we were waiting on were going to be ready, I didn't want to push us back further from leaving if it's going to take a little while to have something constructed for me. So I think I might inquire about it, but I'll have to see how much time it would take.
I think that's a good idea.
Honestly, if I couldn't get it, I don't think it would be that much of a detriment. I'm able to handle myself pretty well. Barely even used that thing.
Oh, you bring up a good point, though. House might be able to come up with something pretty cool.
I mean, when I had asked about it, and I was looking around for the first time, before I settled on a rather extreme option in hindsight, um, I was pointed to the workers in Iskander would be the best for it.
Well, then maybe we just talk to the lady and see if she has anything in the meantime until we could.
And talk to her about what?
Well, maybe she has something that could help you for now.
I mean, she'd be able to make an appointment. I think it would be the same offer as before. She's not just sitting on prosthetics.
Well, you
Well,
said that
I
maybe
could
you
make an
only need a ring.
appointment.
yeah,
I
we
know,
can-
but I don't need to ask her for a ring. We'll go to the shop and see if they have a spell focus ring.
Right.
yeah. Plus, prosthetics, they kind of need to be fitted correctly for them to be like comfortable. Because if they're not fitted correctly, it could cause like rot in the skin, and like it could cut off circulation and all that kind of stuff. One of
You
my
know-
uncles had a prosthetic leg.
I should probably go to the medics, the clerics,
It's
have them kind of patch this up so it doesn't heal all. I'm gonna go to the doctor.
I heard Jones is a doctor. I don't know how true that is, though.
Yeah,
Be
I'm
honest.
gonna go to a real doctor who isn't still passing a lot of porn.
The best.
Born passer. Huh? All right. So, with that, what do you guys want to do first? Rocket.
Val would go to the medical staff that we have
Okay.
for the house to
Uh,
get.
everyone going as a group, or do you guys want to do things separately? Up to you guys.
Miss Val, I'm gonna check on our mail, and whatnot. Unless you need me at the doctor's with you.
No, go ahead. It'd be good to know if the things we're waiting on are here.
Go with you to the doctor, Val, just in case they need me to hold you down while they have to go.
I
Clean the wound
welcome
and like
your company. Please do not hold me down unless someone, especially me, instructs you to. You know, if you have to hold me down, you'll hold me down. Whatever, let's go.
Pair of the med off. Morgan, what do you want to be doing?
I'll go with JJ to the
The mail
mail
room?
room.
Okay. We'll do the mailroom first since it's the closest one. The pair of you head off into the mailroom of the Gulanti estate. You open it up, and what you behold is a kind of a rather curious scene. All the broken boards and boxes and crates from your previous mail have all been set and organized and cleaned up and put into the corner. There are a number of standees and wooden planks and various other promotional material that has now been kind of like cutely organized, and there's a rope around it that says Seeker's Mail. You also note now there are roughly about 2 different bins. They're about as wide each as a like a laundry basket, and they are filled with various letters, each of them saying "To the Seekers." And they are like large collected piles. It's still early enough in the morning as well. You see a small gnomish individual with heavy-set glasses, almost like Coke bottle glasses, and a tuft of like blonde hair that's been combed up and over, kind of cover the balding that is now occurring with them. And they have a stack of letters and parcels that they're kind of like piecing through, and you see a mage hand working to kind of help organize things. They turn your direction as you walk in and look you both over and squint a little bit and go, "Oh, good morning. It's Miss Lightning and Miss Quinlan. Yes, of the Seekers Gulanti. Here for your mail, finally."
Oh yeah, we're so sorry.
Oh, sorry for being popular, please. Gives me something to do.
Oh, yeah, we were coming to pick up our mail and checking to see if there were any parcels at all for us
Uh,
or for Velithil or Orville.
A few of them, yes. A few parcels. Let's see here. And goes and like walks over and goes, I've organized all of the international mail here in these two bins. But in your box, and you see like the mage hand moves and like reaches down and like picks up the little wooden slat that fills your like your mail section and slides it out. And you note there are like only a couple of like letters that seem like embossed and like actually like nice instead of like handmade. He's like, I put things here that didn't seem to come from random locations. There's a missive here, and he leafs through it, and he goes, a missive from, let's see here, Corzet's Cog and Creations. I believe that's for you. And hands it to you. Oh, they're going
Thank
by
you.
something now. I forget Cosette's last name. Gaza, I believe.
That sounds familiar.
All right. Well, there's that, and then there are a couple of small packages. I've included some of them in the general mail. They kind of had the feel for it. A few things we did have to throw out, unfortunately. They were starting to smell and leak in various avenues and respects. So, with that, of course, we will humbly apologize. But mail is a timely endeavor, and when they are left to wait, things do decay. So.
Certainly. All right. Well, if that's it, we will get this out of your hair. And I'll try and ensure. Well, we're about to leave again, so we'll be gone for a while.
Okay. So long as you can find space to clear out from all of the various garbage that you've left in the back, and I've had to reorganize, we will have room for you here. Otherwise, I don't want to have to be. I don't have to be this person, but of course, if there is not enough room left, or these items are unable to be put into the receptacle of trashing, I will have to take up words with the lady herself regarding your mail habits.
Right. Again, we apologize.
Right.
If there are packages that come while we're away,
Mm-hmm.
you can just, if possible, you can forward them straight to my room.
The room.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just so they're not taking up space. I'll deal with it when I come back home.
Very good then. For the things that don't fit or slide under the door, I will just have a member of staff do such. We try to ensure that some of your mailed items, when they do seem important, are left in your room, but there's just so much of it at this point that we are not sure quite what to do.
Thank you. We'll take our stuff and we'll bring it to our common room. Thank you.
Of course. Do have yourselves a wonderful day. Oh, and yeah, and reaches into their pocket and pulls out a small collection of like paper, and goes and reaches and like hands it to you. Goes, here you are. A little bit of a gift from the mailroom to you. These are stamps.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. We got them in recently. They are good for anywhere within Ravon. And you look, and they are stylized MMLR stamps, and they're good for 1 copper worth of mail.
Right. Well, thank you.
Oh yes, a fascinating program, by the way. I'll be having it on once it comes on. It should not be too much longer if you'd want to enjoy it. It's a rather great show. You're often on it, your group, that is, not you personally. Although I've heard
Yeah.
some things about you, yes.
Oh, well. I think I'll skip it today. We've got to sort through all this mail and
Okay.
everything. But thank you. Thank you. What time does mail usually come during the day, by the way?
It depends on when it does arrive. Some things are hand-delivered by courier, others are brought in batches. The bulk of this mail here in these boxes has come in through the areas of Ravon internationally. all of it has been stamped and stickered accordingly. It honestly depends. I tend to organize and sort through it throughout the day, usually morning, afternoon, and then anything overnight. But you all are certainly keeping me busy, so I do appreciate it.
Okay. Well, thank you. And JJ will scurry out, grabbing one of the bins and grabbing mail and bringing it to the mail room.
I'll grab as much as I
Or the-
can. Too.
You grab another
Yeah, the
big
common.
Yeah.
Whatever I can, yeah.
He does ask before you leave if you all want to just throw out all the promotional material that was made, like all these big wooden slats and boards and painted things, since they've just been sitting here.
Let me double check with someone within our group who might be interested in those. But if not, I'll come by and tell you
All
if
right.
we don't need it. If
I'll,
not,
uh,
I'll come by and clean it up myself.
All right, we'll leave it here for you, and certainly we'll look forward to it. Thank you so much. My pleasure meeting you. You smell delightful.
Thank you.
They
Yeah.
turn back and like go through the mail they have and start resorting things. You both exit with your collection of mail. Vel, Celeste, the pair of you arrive at the kind of medical wing of the estate. It's pretty early in the morning. There's still kind of like the night shift nurse is kind of like sitting behind a large desk. And when you walk in, you kind of see her turn and look, this like human woman, probably like mid to late 30s, dressed in like kind of like soft clerical robes, and has the kind of prismatic coloring of like the gold, the red, and the green colors of the church kind of emblazoned on her uniform. And as you enter in, she looks you all over and goes, "Oh, good morning. Not every day we see the Seekers of Galanti in here. How are you, Miss? Don't tell me. Hold on, Miss Dowenvey. And you're that new lady they do talk about. Don't tell me. Oh goodness, you're the toother. I'm so sorry. Pleased to meet you. My name is Bethany. Oh, what can I do, you girls today? For you girls today. Sorry. Not every day you meet a celebrity. I guess working here, I should expect it, but.
Oh, hi. I'm Celeste.
Celeste, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yes. Charming Celeste.
That's not actually a thing.
No,
but that's nice.
We could make it a thing.
No, I've heard it.
Oh.
And she points, and you see like at the edge of this like medical desk where there are like clipboards and the like, kind of like the check-in station at any like walk-in clinic. At the corner of the desk is a small metal box with a long kind of metal looking antennae, and you can hear like very softly music playing from it.
Okay.
Charming Celeste.
That's nice.
Val?
Val?
Yes, I wanted to come in. Have you ever done like a full body kind of cleansing before?
Oh yeah, there's a beautiful spa up here in town.
No.
They'll get
I
everything out of
know.
you.
Yes. Well, I kind of did it to myself last night, and I have
Oh.
literally purged a massive amount of blood out of my body and reopened a lot of wounds. I just kind of want to make sure things heal up properly.
Of course. Are you looking for a magical treatment of a certain variety, or perhaps just medical advice? I do hope if you have any wounds, you are attending to them and making sure that you gotta clean, wash, fresh bandage. I could patch you up and bandage you, sew up what's loose. But if we're looking for a medical solution, I will need you to sign our waiver, even though you are part of the house. It's just a thing with the church and the like. And she kind of like takes a paper and like puts it on a clipboard and turns it around and puts a quill on the top of it, and it's like a medical questionnaire.
Well, I don't know if I need anything like this, but I guess if you want to give it a full once over, that's fine.
We could schedule you for a physical once the attending physician is back in. Recently, we've found a need throughout the lady to keep a clerical member of staff available. We could call in the night doctor to have a look at you. I believe they're still on call for the next few hours. And of course, I mean, I have heard throughout your program how, you know, the curious nature in which you lost your arm. If you're finally looking to maybe have a re-grasp of life, I have heard a number of people talking about for a small tithe to the temple that could be arranged for you. I know a couple of us girls have talked about why hadn't already done it yourself, so, you know, it's just is what it is, I guess.
You know, I was kind of using I was doing some experiments, but you know, that's not a bad idea. How do we go about arranging that?
Well, I believe there was a standing offer from a gentleman. Let me go ahead here and look this up. And she goes and she opens up her desk and like starts leafing through it and kind of going through. And she goes, "Oh yeah, here it is." And she goes and turns it around, and you see that there is a standing medical release for a surgeon who is a high priest within Ferosa, who has offered to restore the missing limb specifically of one Velithil Dowenvey for the paltry tithe of 10,000 gold pieces.
That is very generous, but I do not have that coin on me, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sure you could probably speak with him and maybe make payment arrangements or something like that. I think the important part was that because of you being a celebrity and the like, that he would just be so happy if he would be the one that would restore that condition you are so afflicted with.
Who is this?
You look it over and like kind of like review the paperwork, and the individual that is listed on there is kind of a strange one to see. His name is Jude of the House Ferosa, and he is the fifth. You know him to be one of the sons of Jude Christian Ferosa, who is the current leader of the Ferosa, also known as the Judge.
That is strange. I should be flattered, I suppose. I don't even know how to feel.
Well, I will tell you this. I may not know your situation, both financially or physically, but from what I can see of you, you might want to consider magical treatment. It does seem as if you're, respectfully, a bit beat up. And I will say this, Mr. Jude, Dr. Jude, I should say, he is quite the interesting man, and certainly speaks very highly of the Seekers of Galanti. Says he never misses an episode of your radio show.
Huh. I suppose I should arrange a meeting with him then. See if we can come to terms.
Well, you're free to take his offer here. It's been waiting for you for a while. In the event that you ever showed interest in having that procedure taken care of.
Sure, thank you.
Of course. Might y'all need anything else? Here for what ails you? Any diseases? Any type of poisons or indigestion maybe that we could help you out with?
I think I'm pretty much perfect. So
Oh, I mean, honestly, yeah. The meeting you is completely different from how I pictured you. You know,
how'd you picture me?
a little taller, if I'm being honest, and maybe a bit
Oh.
more rough and tumble. You don't have a slack jaw, or what I would assume to be a way to, um, devour people whole. Um, but you really are a beautiful woman in your own right.
Thank you. What do you
Truly
mean
charming.
devour people whole? Like just like
I heard about these
your jaw like would
individuals.
drop?
Yeah, I
Oh.
assume so. I mean, I didn't see it. I only heard it on your program. But they tell about how Charmin Celeste unhinged her jaw and ate down a man in the wilds whole.
That's not. I have to tell you, that's not true.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. I understand. Tall tales.
I'm not. I am not embarrassed.
If you ate him
am
in
telling
chunks, that's fine too.
never done that. Now,
Mm.
If we're talking about like gingerbread man or a chocolate bunny or like
Oh, I did hear about the bunny you murdered. Yeah,
the broomstick, that's different. But
covered
like
yourself
I've
in
never
their blood. Yeah.
that actually did happen, but I've never eaten a person whole. That's not a
Oh,
thing.
And she like looks left and she looks right and she goes, "It's just us girls here. It's all right. I believe you. Not to worry.
No,
No
I'm
one
telling
here has
you,
eaten anybody whole. I understand, man."
all right. All right. Well, we appreciate your time, and I hope the rest of your shift is uneventful. I'm just gonna go now.
Oh, but before you leave,
Mhm.
could I get you to sign something for me, both of you? Would you mind? It's highly
Oh.
unprofessional. I'm so sorry, but
Did you have
I
a copy of my book too?
Oh, book? No, I didn't go in on the book deal.
Oh.
But I did get these, and she goes into her desk and she pulls out like a small little bit of like leather that's been wrapped around, and she unwraps it, and there's like a small stack of what looks like thick parchment paper, and she like turns it over, and there is a crudely drawn portrait of Velithil and a crudely drawn portrait of Celeste.
Okay.
She goes, "I did get your trading cards, though."
Don't have a trading card.
I
listen.
think we have a lot of things that we're not aware of.
I just don't understand. I'm not banking on any of this.
Well, no, we kind of turned that deal down.
I think we lost out here. So I am not one of those people that like normally refuses to sign things because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think of myself as anything crazy,
Oh,
cool or anything.
yeah, of course.
But here's the
Just
thing:
very humble.
Very
there
humble.
are
So humble.
demon people out there that would steal my soul for a
Oh.
signature,
Oh.
and I'm not saying that's you. I'm just a little skeptic.
Okay,
Give
no.
out my.
That is, that's fine. And she like takes your card and like gingerly puts it back on the stack. And
But
she kinda,
how
looks
about
to
this?
Velithil.
Next
Yeah,
time,
I take the
what-
pen and immediately sign it.
You sign it. The
Just-
card too, as you look it over, it's like very crudely drawn, and you have like one large shoulder and one like little arm, and there's like this kind of like
Beautiful.
they've depicted you almost like a hag, like an Annis hag.
It's almost as good as the picture that Colt drew of me. It's beautiful.
It's kind of like that same kind of like we made these quick and we sold them quick. Celeste, the card she picks up and puts away, looks kind of like you in a sense. Like they definitely got the eyebrows and hair right, but your jaw is down about a foot, and there's like this big bellowing like ogre look to you, and you have half of a severed person in one hand and a big tooth over your shoulder, as if you're like roaring.
Where'd you say you got this card again?
Oh, I ordered it from Ravon. I got the whole set. Yeah.
Do?
Oh yeah, 24 easy payments of 4 silver.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I worked a couple of
Dang it.
late shifts. I really want to make sure I completed the set. I even got I got the mail away too, which are, I mean they're all mail away in a sense, but when you get all the rest of them, then you can pay a gold, and that was That was a bit hard to get, but I'm. And she like shows it off, and there's a very strange looking like embossed, almost like it kind of shines in the light card, and it actually is a very like beautiful depiction of Colt Honeycutt with a gun, and it says "A seeker never leaves someone alive," like all on the bottom of it.
I bet you I could probably get the other seekers to sign the rest of your cards if you wanted.
Oh, well, if you brought them here, I'd appreciate it. My shift is still going on for a while, and
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can
Yeah.
do
I
for you.
appreciate it. And Val, you sign it. She goes, "Oh, could you make that out to Bethany?
Of course, absolutely.
Thank you so much."
I personalized it the same way I did for the goblin.
Yes. Personalize it up.
Just gonna sign it just like that?
You know, I was really concerned the first time this happened, and now it just kind of feels right. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think's going to happen?
She's gonna suck my soul out of my body and eat it.
I'm sitting right
Sorry.
here.
Nope, sorry. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying
The depictions are pretty accurate when you really think about it.
a really good card.
They're,
Really cool.
they're printed on very fine stock, honestly.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, well, I'll be back with the rest, maybe, hopefully.
Okay,
Maybe.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll. All right, well, catch you later.
All right, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for stopping in. If there's everything you need, please just. I don't want to be like one of those people, but you know, we're
What
rooting
people?
for you. You know.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I don't know when
Bethany.
I'm going to get over to Ferosa. Could we just do a little bit of the normal bandaging so I'm not... It's pretty fresh.
Oh, sure. Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Of course, yes. And she like gets up and like goes over to like one of the nurses' stations and like takes up a small first aid kit, and she redresses your wound, re-sews, like and repacks the kind of empty space in your arm. And over the course of about an hour or so, she just chats you up and like, oh, tell me about this thing, and like tries to do what every like fan meeting like a wrestler or like a low level celebrity does, where like, oh, that's really cool, where she's not like completely like starstruck, but there's that like, ooh, this is somebody kind of thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the break room, JJ Morgan, you return with all of your parcels of mail and letters. What do you want to do?
JJ will sort the parcels out first, I guess.
Okay. You look it over. Included in the two bins are 5 boxes that are adorned with like small letters that have been tied in like very cheap string. They're all of varying sizes and degrees.
Okay. JJ will see who each one is from.
Sure. You look it over. You see one is from a person that is listed as Craig Leon. Another one is listed as Susan Duranth. A third one is from Kuthak, which is just Kuthik. And let's see here. Oh, and the last one is from Gavin Crossan.
Do you have a preference on any of these, if we open them or not?
Not at all.
Okay. JJ will start from largest to smallest.
Okay. Going it over. Let's see here. The largest one doesn't have a name on it. Sorry, that was the last one. There's one that doesn't have a name on it. It's the largest box.
Okay. Well, we'll still start with that one.
Okay. You look. There's a letter that's seemingly been glued to the side of it with some type of adhesive, and it's a big cardboard box that has been sealed shut with what looks to be like packing tape, and string at this point.
We'll look at the.
Okay, look at the letter. You peel it off. From the looks of it here, it seems the sender had a forwarding address from just outside the Ravon range. It says care of Din Hollow. So you assume it's probably somebody, maybe military or something of that sort. Someone from the kind of the north reaches of Ravon. There's no listed of a name on it. And it looks as if the two seekers has been stamped rather than written out.
Okay. She'll open the letter.
Okay. You open the letter. There's a little bit of like scrap, what looks like carved up pieces of paper kind of roll out like confetti from inside the folded letter. As you unfold it, it looks as if this piece of parchment has been kind of Frankenstein together. There are various pieces and letters all carved out of what appears to be like a book that someone's like chopped up pieces, almost like very Zodiac killerish, you know, like Clue paper in the sense. And it says, "Dear Seekers, you suck. Encloses what I think of you. Sincerely, fuck you."
Oh. JJ's just gonna shove that one to the side.
The box slides over.
Next one down.
All right. You open the next one. Inside it says, the next biggest letter comes through and says, "Dear Seekers, long-time listener, first-time writer. I just want to say, every morning you give me a laugh every single day. Enclosed is a gift. I hope you like it. I made sure to order the special edition just for you guys in case you didn't get sent them yourselves. Enjoy."
Where's this one from?
Let's see. From Gav. Yeah. Be the next biggest one.
JJ will gently open it.
Okay. You open it up and like slowly you unwrap what appears to be a large black box. You undo like a really shystery, like cheap feeling magnet in the lid of the box. You open it up, and enclosed are small, crude looking glass statues of each of the seekers. They're all clear, like blown glass. The last one, however, is a blood red glass, and it looks like it has cracks in it, but you looked at it and that's actually how they designed it. And it looks to be Colt Honeycutt.
Okay. She'll gently tuck that box away and put it to the good side.
Okay.
And she'll go to the next.
Sure. Each of the three remaining ones are more or less the same. They seem to be like fan letters with things included that are like small gifts. Two of them send chocolates that at this point have melted and re-solidified and then melted again and then gotten back. By the time you're opening the box, you hear like a crunching sound kind of going through them. The last one that you do open of these, again, same thing. Talking about praise for the show, the radio show. Really love listening on MMLR. Hopefully gets to meet you one day. Included inside is a what appears to be like a tintype of the Seekers, all kind of like standing like shoulder to shoulder. And over there, it on the top of it says MMLR, and on the bottom it says for a better tomorrow.
Well, that's pleasant. And that one was from who?
Let's see here. Oh, I had the name wrong. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Oh, you're.
I'm sorry. I messed it up. Where? The tintype. Where'd it go? Grack. Sorry. It's from Grack Clovenhorn. Sorry, I had the wrong name. I have one name next to it for a different thing. My fault.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And this was sent from Thule.
Cool. All right. Neat. And then I guess we'll sift through the letters and particularly go through the ones that had like nice gilded edging and things that seem
Sure. So
more than fan letter.
Yeah, the two bins are equal parts fan mail and hate mail. A lot of people just saying like you suck, you're a bunch of hacks, you're nobodies, and then the same thing of like love the show, love all the jokes. Oh man, if Kobold Jones is reading this, I just want you to know you're my favorite, and like just things like there's enough people in it where it's like, oh hey, this letter is for a specific member, and just a bunch of like fan mails. You're kind of like leafing through it. The stuff that didn't come in the like fan letters and hate mail, just generally all are like basic things for around the area. You look and there just are a number of like small things of like, hey, this, that, and the other. Like local advertisements for like stopping in the Grama shop, stopping in a Destra shop. There is a letter from Kem noting that new spells are slowly being acquired, and that they're getting new shipments within the month. And then the one that comes from Graza seems to be dated for yesterday, and says that your bardic instrument and your mirror are both complete and ready for pickup, but did not feel acceptable bringing them into the estate. Detailed within, Garza says that while the initial plan was to bring things to you, they personally request that you attend their workshop so that they can speak in private.
Dokie. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
After that, JJ will just wait for Vel and Celeste.
All right. Time passes. Your ears are talked off. You're bandaged and patched up, Vel. Fresh gauze, packing, all the like. You return back, and before long, the four of you reconvene.
Hi ladies. First I have a question for mostly Celeste. Do you want any of those standees? Like the big wooden ones, or like any of the stuff we left in the mail room, because they need it gone.
Oh, I'll go check it out.
All right. Easy enough to find in the corner of the mailroom. Still early into the morning. You do hear like soft music playing from the mailroom. As you open up, you see this gnomish individual. His hair kind of like poofed and combed over, kind of large Coke bottle glasses, and he's organizing the mail. And you're hearing like this like dun 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 dun, and it just like slowly repeats itself. It seems like waiting music. And he has this like small tin device with a large antenna sitting on like a top of like where the mail sorting area is. And he's like, oh, just about time. And like starts dialing and fiddling with it as you walk into the room. He goes, oh, hello. Yes. I believe you're the new one. Charming Celeste. Yes. Never forget a face.
Sorry, you said he's a gnome?
Yes. He is a gnome man. He has blondish hair that's like kind of like combed over into like a big pomp to hide his bald spot. Big Coke bottle rims. And a very like kind of like just casual dress, like petticoat. More like it's like a cummerbund. And just like wearing like no, it's not a cummerbund. It's like a vestment with like long sleeves that are rolled up.
Hi. Yep. Celeste here.
Yes. Hello.
Your name?
My name? Oh, Benjamin Tavish. Friends call me Benji.
Are you okay if I call you Benji?
Are we friends?
Are we?
I believe the celebrity gets to choose whether that's true or not, ma'am.
You're still your own individual person, and you can let me know if you would consider me your friend.
Okay, well, perhaps we'll have a test of such things. Let's see here. How about this? How about this? He goes and walks over, and there's like a large satchel on the wall, and he opens it up and kind of like leafs through it, and he goes, one friend to another. He produces out this large kind of like looking square parchment, this like hard looking thing, and he presents it to you. And it says, Seekers of Galanti, holiday hits. And it's a picture of everyone sat around a fireplace in like traditional like winter's crest outfits. He goes, would you sign this record for me?
So,
one friend to another.
Here's the thing. I would happily take you out and get you a drink, if
Oh.
that would be a friend to another. But I
Oh.
don't sign things. Just because I'm afraid that once I sign something, somebody's just going to eat my soul out of my body.
I'm going to assume that's a completely rational thing to think. I apologize for putting you in such a situation, man.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
I
Friends
don't.
here.
I don't think I could go out for a drink. It's kind of early for that.
Oh,
My-
yeah, I didn't mean right now. Whenever.
Oh,
Whenever you're off shift or whatever.
sure. Maybe like this afternoon, perhaps. If you're not busy for
Today?
people-
Yeah.
today.
Sure, yeah.
Sure, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. You want me to I mean, do you have like a way to get in touch with you, or I mean, because your mail kind of piles up here. I get it all.
No, I live. Okay, when I'm here, I live here. But when I'm out, you know? So.
Oh, right. So, like, I could just like knock on your door. Would you be home or in? Is that like the way to?
This afternoon? Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right. Yeah. I will. Yeah. I will. I'll see you then, I guess.
Okay. JJ mentioned mail.
Yes, they
There's
took
a lot
all
of mail.
they took all the letters that were international. They've been adequately marked, and the things in the corner there have been sitting here for the better part of a week now. More over than that, they were opened about a week ago, and then they were left all over the floor and all over the benches and strewn about the place. And they were kind of like haphazardly stuck up against the wall. So we were just wondering if we want to throw those out or what that is for.
Sure. I'll start going through it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's all of the like pitch items that came from the lumber mill. They're all beautiful wood, and they are like outline croppings and hand painted of each member of the Seekers. And they are magically enchanted that when assembled, they all give a small pitch in the person's voice about how great the mill is. If you want, I have the script for each of you. I can read for whichever one you'd like.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Bills.
You for Orville's?
Yeah.
You slowly assemble the pieces, the head, the body, the legs, and the little like standee on the back. This life-size version of Orville. He's given 2 finger guns, pointed aside, and has like this like kind of like one-eyed cocked grin, which is a little uncanny valley because now he doesn't have eyes. But it's still him back when he had like pupils and everything else. And you get it together, and there's like a small kind of shimmer and glow, and you hear, well, I'll tell you this, I don't really know too much about things, but I sure do love all that opal wood that comes out of Tibber Village. Certainly my favorite place. And of course, Donnie Piscapones gives me the best price, and that's a Seeker's promise. Come visit us down at Tibber Village. More happy to you. Remember, tell 'em Orville sent you. A wink?
So, Benji, what'd you think of that one?
Oh, I didn't know that's what they did. Well, if I'm being quite honest,
Always, yeah. Go ahead.
I think they're a great collector's piece. I didn't know those were released yet.
Not.
Oh, so they're like a special edition or like a collectible.
They sent it to us in hopes that we would accept it and kind of like, you know what I mean, do like the promotion thing. But
how close would you say the voice is? I mean, it doesn't match the people who play you on the show. But
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the show, so I don't know what
Oh,
they sound like
no,
or what happens
I
in the show.
certainly I desperately understand why you wouldn't do that. I mean, you're the star. Stars don't watch.
No, not because of any of that. Just because, like, you know when somebody tells you that you're really good at something, but you don't believe it, and so in your mind you will never believe it, even though you're probably really good at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like that. I don't want to listen to it. I
Mhm.
don't believe that I'm like this like higher than thou thing, right? Like,
Right.
well, I think I don't know.
So you're more like a casual angel who kills giant bears and then bathes in their blood while wielding the tooth of an ancient creature of legend that was once the terror of the southern realms. That's just like a casual thing you do.
Yeah, right? It's like Tuesday.
Cool. Super
No.
cash. Is that what they say? I think I've heard that.
Not really.
Oh, okay,
I don't know
yeah.
if that's-
No, I mean, of course, yeah.
That's okay. We can
Yeah,
make it
no.
a thing.
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah,
can make it.
right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Should we set up the next one?
I mean, we can.
Pick
yeah.
the next one. You pick the
Um.
next one.
Well. I mean, well, it's hard to ask for. You know, if the real person's here, then you don't really want to ask for the real person's. You know, like yours, because like.
You could pick mine if you
Like,
really want to.
I just,
It's fine. Just it's okay. We'll
yeah.
do
I mean,
mine, I guess.
yeah. I guess that'd be kind of
Okay,
cool.
here.
Yeah.
I'll put it together. Yep.
And you put it together, and you have like this big baseball swing, like lumped over the shoulder. And there's just like a pause, and you just hear this like, Shh. Yeah, I don't really know what she sounds like, boss. I'm supposed to record this or whatever. And you're just like, hey, just fucking do it good. Just do like a girl's voice or something. I don't fucking know. I could do like the I mean, are we really sending this one out? But yeah, we're fucking recording right now. God damn it. The magic mouth is gonna hold this thing for just the here on, I got it. Me am Celeste. I love wood. Come buy wood from the opal wood. I eat people, dog. I think that's what that sounds. That's pretty sound. That's what that bitch sounds like. I think so. I think we're good. I think we got it in one, boss. And then like shuts off.
That one is a keeper, right?
The gnome just kind of looks at you. He's like, sure. I mean, it's unique.
Okay. Great. Well, I think you're right. I think we should hang on to these. Maybe I'll hang them in all of our rooms so that way we can each hear them. You know? All right. Well, thanks, Benji. Appreciate it. I'll see you this afternoon, and I'll start carrying the pieces out.
You just like scoop up all of the promotional material.
Gonna.
And you look it over, like it from like what you're grabbing. It looks as if the original group and like cult were all made, and then it seems as if yours and Kobold Jones's arrived in different packaging, and it's just kind of like buried in with the rest as you're kind of like looking it over.
I'm gonna set them up and put them in each individual's room, and then I'll put
God.
Colts into the living room.
Okay. You look, and Colts has his gun drawn, has like his like signature seeming pose on like a lot of these materials. Even on the holiday album, Colt has a gun for just whatever reason. There's always a gun out. But yeah, easy enough to do. For the rest of you, I think that's a pretty good part here. Anything you guys want to do before we call it for the evening and move on and see you next week? Do some downtime stuff? I don't know if you want to do picking up your items from Garza or not, or if you want to do that in downtime.
I'm cool to do a downtime more on stream, whichever.
Up to you guys. I mean, we can run through it and give you the items and do that conversation now, or we can wait until next time to do it, or we can do it in downtime. Up to you guys. Up to y'all.
Are you going there? Pick them up. You are going there.
We
pick 'em
have to
up.
go there, yeah.
Let's do it in downtime because I would like to go if I can.
Yeah. It's fine with me. Whatever you guys want to do. Good to go?
Yeah, good.
Rock it and roll it and killing, patrolling. Let's do. Oh no, I was gonna go to this person, but they in their description they said Pog, and I refuse. I refuse to do that. I will not support you poggers. I miss having slammers.
You don't say poggers every day?
Am I supposed to? Is it like a thing we're supposed to do? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
No idea.
Just a
We're doing.
Part of streaming.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't
You're in the community now.
understand how that works. So we're gonna raid Lulu Spice Designs. They're cool, like artists. They do all kinds of different stuff. I think they just started, so we'll be filling in their like waiting room kind of thing. They're just getting rolling, so give them that nice little start to their stream. As always, thanks for sticking with us. I know we went a little bit long, but there's a lot of like downtime stuff and roleplay moments that people want to explore and stuff. And I think it was really good to make sure we showcased what happened after death on stream, that everyone's aware of it. As always, guys, I thank you so much for hanging out with us. I've been Kareem Zamir. They've been the Seekers of Galanti. You've been our level 20 characters. We'll see you next Monday. Peace out.